Well, it's 2 minutes in and we've taken lives. I think our training is going well. Camping tutorial. Sadly, I don't get a little medal, but I do get to go to Missileer School now, I guess. Missiles are the most powerful, flexible, and diverse weapon systems found in the modern fleet. Later in their careers, many seasoned commanders return to the Bradford Fleet Academy to learn to use these complex weapons to their full potential. These tutorials cover advanced gameplay topics and are not recommended for new players. Okay, yes, but flight operations also is not recommended for new players, yet I am here for that. Lowolf says, alrighty, so now the advanced tutorial sets are only necessary if you want to do that playstyle, so if you don't plan on doing cruise missiles right now, then you can skip the advanced missile tutorial, head around to the carriers. I'm tempted, but there's only 3 of them, and I would like to know about Space Tomahawks. I have to go to the bathroom again. Let's learn about this, if it doesn't take too long, and then I'd want to do for your fucking carriers. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Starbuck, what do you hear? I mean, literally right now, it's outside. Like, literally, Starbuck, do you hear that? It's not even a saying, like, it's just raining outside. Incredent says, I suffered in this tutorial bit. Okay, let's find out if I too will suffer. Missiles, the most valuable and limited resource on board ships, can decimate targets, but knowing how to use the various missile modes, their advantages and weaknesses, and most of all their strategies will allow for deadly missile volleys from allied threats. Let's see if I can wrap my head around this right now. Ricochet says, thinking of the missiles as the Alpha Strike, there's combat after all the missiles are spent, but it's slower. That makes sense. Small beginnings. Radar VLS. Back to the frigates, back to the Rains. Launchers. Jammer, radar, fatal spell, Rains class frigate with a spotlight illuminator and 3 VLS launchers. I'm gonna guess this is like a more pinpoint fire control radar. Let's learn, Beagle. Let's actually learn what it does. From Hazel Ash, I got approval to let you go over the advanced missile operations trail, and even got a small fleet of mothballed warships to act as target dummies. It'll be fun. You'll get to learn about all sorts of missiles. Let's do it. Also, Lomov says, yeah, this one's fairly hard to wrap your head around about a good sense of 3D space.
Out here in the cold void,
okay.
Missiles are like diamonds. They're valuable and scarce, and you won't be able to refill your cells under most circumstances. Unless you want to wind up with empty launchers while your enemy is fully stocked, you'll need to learn how and when to use them. You can always come back here to practice with missiles. But I can also give you a rundown of what you can throw downrange.
Path says, fighters hold missiles too. Welcome, I'm pretty new too. I have 18 games under my belt. I'm having a blast. Glory to OSP, long may her ships fly. Awesome, how you doing? Yeah, it's my first day as well. Howdy, 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 howdy. I can't wait for fighters. I'm a fighter guy.
You want to take the reins and
disgusting
practice,
fighter guy.
or would you like me to guide you through it? I've got plenty of time.
I'd love you to instruct me. And she just
Sounds
never
good.
talks to me again.
Let's get you familiar with advanced missile operations. The enemy ships in this scenario won't shoot back at your ships, but they are all equipped with different types of point defenses, so it won't be as easy to hit them as last time.
Yeah, which faction is Space America? I gotta play them, that's right. God for noise. Enemy ships in this scenario won't shoot back at your ships. PD, okay.
There are 5 enemy ships in the battle space, but we can only see 3 of them right now. I've disabled your drives for this, as you'll get the most training out of your current position. No cheating and all that.
It's a Worms Armageddon challenge map.
We'll start by firing 2 command-guided missiles, the Hurricanes, from the ANS Small Beginnings at the group of 2 ships directly ahead of us. This is the same as during the weapons trial, except now we're going to test the target's defensive capabilities.
Oh, I thought they were behind the asteroid, I see.
As a side note, you can track all missiles with your camera by selecting them,
Oh.
or just hover over them with your mouse and hitting the F key. Don't worry if the missiles get shot down on their way in. The targets have their point defenses on the ventral side of the ships, and since we're below the targets, we're at a disadvantage.
Okay.
We could ascend and take the elevated position on the targets, but trust me when I say that they can roll their ships to cover the angle much faster than we can get into a more advantageous position.
Yes.
You may recall from the weapons trial that I mentioned you can plot
I think I was meant to do it
paths
already.
for certain missiles to follow. We're going to work up some clever missile strikes.
Locking that target.
Maybe I should have locked first. Yeah, I think I was meant to already do this. I'm just gonna watch this though, it's fun. So you can just select them? Okay, you can like double click them. Oh, and there's like the long range PD there. Okay, yeah, I did the thing.
The easiest way to lay in missile paths is in the tactical view. Toggle it with the spacebar and keep it up. We'll need the extra space.
Yes.
In the weapons trial, we were always using track mode, and in one case visual mode, to target our weapons.
Okay, yes.
Some weapons, and especially missiles, also have a position mode that lets us directly choose points in space to shoot at.
Aha.
Because the Hurricane missiles rely on a constant sensor track from their launching ship, they can't be shot at positions. So let's switch over to the Dusty Tome, which is carrying Thunderheads.
Thunderhead!
To target the weapons in position mode, open the action menu by right-clicking in open space. Don't right-click on a track, as this will put the weapons in track mode. Open the weapons list by clicking the Weps or Weapons button on the right side of the action menu. From the list, select the SGM-206 Thunderhead, but don't confirm a launch order just yet.
Oh, you do get a preview of the Seeker Cone.
You'll
That's
recognize the sphere widget from when we used it briefly in some of the previous trials, but we're going to get a lot of mileage out of it now. There are a few things to notice. The first is the red cone at the cursor location. This represents the missile's seeker field of view. When the missile reaches its last waypoint, its seeker will activate, and any target in that cone will be locked on by the missile.
Oh my god, the
It's
skill
important
shots.
to remember that the missile's seeker and warhead are inactive until it reaches the last waypoint. Because of this, it's important to leave space between where you place the last waypoint and the intended target. A good buffer will allow the missile to correct its course and establish a good path to intercept the target.
Right.
The next thing you'll notice is the dotted lines and the circles projected onto the surface of the sphere. These are present because we're currently holding several enemy tracks on our sensors. It's very easy to get fooled by perspective in 3D space. These tracks are projected onto the sphere, so you have a good point of reference for the direction the track's relative to your cursor.
I kind of see that.
The most effective way to aim at your target correctly is to look at its projection on the sphere, not the target itself.
What?
Before we get to the complicated stuff, just try firing a single missile at the group of two ships by positioning the cursor inside one of their projected circles and clicking the left mouse button.
No, I don't see that. Hang on. Lieutenant Hazel, by the way, Lieutenant Hazel, you do an excellent job voice acting this. Just kudos as well. But Lieutenant Hazel, I don't see these spheres you're talking about. Am I stupid? I don't see that. The dotted line of a circle. That thing? Oh. Right, I was side on. I didn't see that. Alright, so why does this matter again? Lieutenant Hazel, why did that matter again? Now that I know what they are. Dotted lines and circle projected on the surface of the sphere. These are present because we currently hold several enemy tracks in our sensors. The tracks are projected onto the sphere, so you have a point of reference for the direction of the tracks relative to your cursor. Yes! Ah, that makes sense. Position the cursor inside one of the circles. Okay, yes. I understand now, Lieutenant Hazel. Yes.
Send traffic.
Weapons, Thunderhead, and
Missile
Baba
away.
Booey.
Unless you're extremely lucky, this missile will likely be shot down on its way in. Point defenses are no joke.
I bet.
Now let's use cruise missiles to their full advantage by laying a path that attacks these ships from the top, where they have no point defense coverage.
Yes.
Start up another missile order, and I'll walk you through creating a path and taking multiple shots from the same order.
But I want to watch it explode. Alright, I'm done.
We're going to arrange a top-down attack using Thunderhead missiles. Remember to be in the tactical view to get the most information and see the projected lines. In order to help you out for this one, I'll place markers for the waypoints we'll use.
Okay.
Place waypoints just how you would with ships. Position the cursor in the vicinity of waypoint 1, and hold the left shift key while clicking the left mouse button to add the waypoint. Don't worry about being exact. Anywhere in the vicinity will work.
You've lost me. Hang on. Place it was just how you would with ships. Position the cursor in the vicinity of waypoint 1 and hold left shift key while clicking the left mouse button to add the waypoint. Okay, we don't care about heading yet. Okay.
Reporting.
Okay, so... Wait, how do I go up, though? Oh, no, because it's a sphere. It's a sphere. Okay, so we want to go to waypoint... Wait, does that mean I need to use this... Wait a fucking minute. So I want to go to, like, here?
Now do the same for waypoint 2. If you find it helpful, you can lay in your own path to reach the elevation we need to land a good hit. Now comes the tricky part. We want to fire 4 missiles down on top of these ships. In order to do so, position the target circle so it's facing the targets. Then, hold left control to draw the radius out until it's about halfway between your last waypoint and the target.
Position the target circle.
Remember to give some relief space between the selected position and the target, so the seeker has time to activate. Take your time, and remember to reference your cursor against the projected circles, not the tracks themselves. When you're ready to start placing shots, hold the left Alt key and click the left mouse button. 1 missile will be fired per click when the order is finally issued.
Oh god,
I recommend spreading the shots out in a cone a few degrees across, so the salvo has better odds of finding the target.
Oh god, I see now,
The
okay.
added benefit of this is that when missiles acquire a target, they'll curve back in on a trajectory that naturally confuses any point defenses they may encounter. To issue the order, either click the left mouse button with the left Alt key released, or press the Enter key if you have queued up exactly the number of missiles you want.
Excuse me, Lieutenant Hazel, I need to reread some things you just said. Yes, yes. Yes. The cone. Hold left control to draw the radius out until it's about halfway between your last waypoint and the target. Yes. Oh, I didn't do that. A few degrees across the salvo is better odds of finding the target. Yes. An added benefit of this is that when the missiles acquire a target, they'll curve back in on a trajectory that naturally confuses any point defenses they encounter. Right, by splitting, she means by splitting up the salvo, because they won't all be in the same burst, which is what I just did. I put them all in the same burst. Okay.
Reporting.
Okay. I might have fucked up the last bit, I think, but let's have a look. Let's see what goes on. Off goes the missiles. Ah, yeah, good tip, Virus. Up we go with the little tomahawks. I might have fucked this last part up, but let's see. Illuminated. Oh, fuck. Okay, one of them just fucked up, but the other 3 did a very good job. Good missiles. Where are you going, little buddy? Oh boy, a civilian airliner, right? This one's just fucking off. Freedom. Goodbye. See you later. Yeah, these really are cruise missiles. Look at all that fuel, huh? Where do you see how much fuel it's got left? Is that ticking down number? Ugh, sparkles. No, that's not it. Where do you see how much fuel this has left? I'm very curious. When does it stop burning? Oh, is that its little radar icon too? Cute. I don't know, but I think I fucked the tutorial because of that. Come back here! I only fire 3 missiles out of 4. I fired 4, 3 hit, and the 4th one is going away. Do I have more?
Reporting.
Can I do that again? Oh, goodness, I have infinite. Lovely. Well, not infinite, but you know what I mean. I have effectively many. Okay, so yeah, this part is confusing, but I think I'm trying to look at it top-down. What I should be doing is doing it like this. This is how I want to be doing it, I think. This is like the easier way. Boop. And then, yeah, this like makes it, yeah, okay, so see how it highlights when we bring it in, but it's faded when it's passed? So I want to bring it in like this. Why is it going yellow? Because it's in the... Why is it going yellow? Because I was targeting it, I guess, in its opinion. Okay, and then what we want to do is go 1... Oh no, I fucked it. Hang on, cancel all that? Oh, you just right-click and go back 1. Thank goodness. Look from the side. Yeah, it gets kind of harder to use these, but yes. No, not shift now. Now I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I try that again.
Preparing to launch.
And now let's see if, this time, Lieutenant Hazel is pleased with my disgusting performance. Disgusting, fetid commander recruit. It's a cool system. I like how they do it. I very much continue to appreciate how this game handles complex commands in ways that are, like, decipherable by the human mind. This is lovely. Obviously, it's, like, finicky, and in a real battle it would be... But it's like, you gotta keep your cool. It's like playing Broken Arrow, same thing. You gotta keep your cool for all this shit. It'll be the real challenge. We get one there. The PD doesn't know what the fuck's going on, apparently. We got 4 hits. She has to be happy now. She sure fucking isn't. Most PD has 3k in range. You wanna have missiles armed by then? I don't know, she ain't happy. How do you find this game? I just randomly saw a YouTube about the Carriers and Fighters update, and I'm a huge jet nerd, so that got me into it. We might have a tutorial moment. Big Brother says, oh dear. It's alright. I'm right at the start, so I can probably start again. Yeah, it might be the message log thing. It might be because in whatever testing that they've done for these tutorials, they've never met someone as slow as me. That one, like, I was right at the start. I'm just going to try it again. And I'm going to not do message log this time, and maybe it'll work. That's so thorough. I try to very thoroughly absorb
out here in the cold void, missiles are
what
like
I'm being
diamonds.
taught.
You can always, you want to take the reins in practice?
Rather than kind of
Or would
like
you me to
half
guide you
getting
through
it.
I've got plenty of time.
Oh, you do? So do I.
Sounds good. The enemy. There are 5. I've disabled. We'll start by fire. This is as a. Don't worry. You may.
Practice makes perfect.
In the weapons trial, we were somewhat. Guess
Dusty time.
Standing by.
to target the weapons in position mode. Open the weapons list by clicking the Weps or Weapons button on the right side of the
We will
action.
not jump ahead.
From the list, select the SGM-206 Thunderhead, but don't confirm a launch order just yet.
Yeah, thanks, Helio Wolf.
You'll recognize the sphere widget from when we used it briefly in some of the previous trials, but we're going to get a lot of mileage out of it now.
Oh, I know we are.
There are a few things to notice. The first is the red cone at the cursor location. This represents the missile's seeker field of view. When the missile
Take a
reaches
drink.
its
Drink
last
your water,
waypoint,
everyone.
its seeker will activate, and any target in that cone will be locked on by the missile. It's important to remember that the missile's seeker and warhead are inactive until it reaches the last waypoint.
I want to know my distance
Because
from
of
waypoint
this,
to the
it's
target.
important to leave space between where you place the last waypoint and the intended target. A good buffer will allow the missile to correct its course and establish a good path to intercept the target.
Oh yeah, where do I see my
Next thing you'll notice
max
are the
missiles
dodge
quickly in
lines.
the
The circles
UI
projected
to
onto the
remember,
surface
or do you just know that when you build?
These are present because we're currently holding several enemy tracks on our sensors.
Is this still... It was
It's very easy
2
to get
before, or
fooled
was it
by
4?
perspective in 3D space. These tracks are projected onto the sphere, so you have
You
a
can
good
hover over
point
in
of
top
reference
left.
for the direction the track's relative to your cursor. The most effective way to aim
Where?
at the target correctly is to look at its projection on the sphere, not the target itself.
Okay. Give me the waypoints, Hazel.
Before we get to the complicated stuff, just try firing
Oh,
a single
right.
missile at the group of 2 ships by positioning the cursor inside one of their
Bonk.
projected circles.
Yeah,
and
for a
clicking
sec.
the left mouse button.
Oh, so how do I learn...
Unless you're extremely lucky, this missile will likely be shot down.
It's when you cue them for
Point
launch?
defenses are no joke.
Oh, up here? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what my max per salvo is. Just gotta remember it. Okay.
Now let's use cruise missile. Start up another missile.
Yes, let's get to it.
We're going to arrange a top-down attack using Thunderhead missiles. Remember to be in the tactical view to get the most information and see the projected lines.
Yes. I'm
In order
ready.
to help you out for this one, I'll place markers for the waypoints we'll use.
I'm ready!
Place waypoints just how you would with ships. Position the cursor in the vicinity of waypoint 1, and hold the left shift key while clicking the left mouse button to add the waypoint. Don't worry about being exact. Anywhere in the vicinity will work.
I'm getting the hang of the UI, I think.
Now do the same for waypoint 2. If you find it helpful,
now we're
you
getting
can
the hang
lay
of
in
it.
your own path to reach the elevation we need to land a good hit.
I'm gonna turn in and probably
Now
just
comes the
eliminate them
tricky part.
instantly.
We want to fire 4 missiles down on top of these ships. In order to do so, position the target circle so it's facing the targets. Then, hold left control to draw the radius out until it's about halfway between your last waypoint and the target.
Okay. I'm
Remember
ready.
to give some relief space between the selected position and the target, so the seeker has time to activate. Take your time, and remember to reference...
Helix
the
says
cursor
fire
against
right at the circles, don't spread them out. Oh, she says to spread them out. Okay, hang on. Maybe that's what I'm fucking up.
When you're ready to start placing shots, hold the left Alt key and click the left mouse button. 1 missile will be fired per click when the order is finally issued. I recommend
Maybe that's my
spreading
problem.
the shots out in a cone a few degrees across, so the salvo has better odds of finding the target.
Yeah, you might be right. That's why it broke.
An added benefit of this is that when missiles acquire a target, they'll
I'm gonna wait till
come
she
back
stops
in on a
talking.
trajectory that naturally confuses any point defenses they may encounter.
Yes.
To issue the order, either click the left mouse button with the left Alt key released, or press the enter key if you have queued up exactly the number of missiles you want. We'll wait till you score a hit on one of these 2 ships before proceeding.
I don't think she said that last time, so maybe
Don't
that's
worry
what
if you
fucked
don't
up.
get any hits. Just try again. It's not like these things are expensive.
She does a really good job voice acting this. I think she's a great fit for this tutorializing. Whee! Just like Worms Armageddon. Not different at all. Are they data linking intel back to me? Because like the ships seem to
Now
appear.
we're talking.
Here we go. Now we're
Attacking
talking.
ships from top and bottom limits the number of mounts that can defend against the attack.
Mm.
It also has the added benefit of increasing the surface area of the vital internal components which are exposed to your fire, meaning more damage is more likely to be done once the missile connects.
Hmm. Yeah, it kind of
I'll be
feels like the
honest,
missile's
Commander,
data link.
I made you do this one the hard way so you could get some practice with the sphere widget on a target you could see.
Oh?
You can also accomplish the same thing using target reference points, which you can find under the signal menu as the TRP button.
Signal.
We won't do it now, but feel free to practice on your own later. They allow you to create a single waypoint for some missiles to travel via when firing on a track, but keep in mind that not all missiles support this.
No, tell me about it. That's not the case in MP?
Let's
Okay.
move on to another type of missile.
I want to know about signals!
The A&S Fatal Spell is carrying a few SGM-233 Gale semi-active guided missiles. Semi-active missiles have a passive seeker and require an illuminator to home in on a target.
Oh.
Think of this like a radar flashlight.
Okay, wait, fuck, because before I called the type of missiles Small Beginnings has... What are these again? I called these semi-actives, but that's clearly wrong. Hurricanes. Because now she's calling these things specifically semi-active. Wait a minute, what? Okay, so the missiles from before... What's the difference then? They just need a different kind of constant guidance from the ship? So normal missiles... Fuck, what did she call them again? I forgot what she called them because I was just like, oh, that's a semi-active. Those kinds of missiles... Command guide. Okay, so those kinds of missiles literally just guide from the ship. So what, it was like TV guidance? Okay. More like fly-by-wire television operated. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So they're TV guided, and now we have actual semi-active. Okay. So you don't need your radar. So you... Wait. But didn't she say you can't visually guide... command guided? So you need a radar anyway? I don't know. I'm confusing myself. The ones before were just toes? Okay. Maybe she said you just need a lock. Anyway. I can try that later. So this is actual semi-active. Okay.
The illuminating signal can be provided by any ship, not just the ship that launched the missile. But that signal must be painted on a target for a missile to home in on it. Without it, the missile is just an expensive dud.
Okay.
The benefit of semi-active missiles is that they are significantly harder to jam or decoy, because a ship can output much more energy than a missile can.
Okay. Because a ship can output much more energy than a missile can. I don't understand how to make them harder to jam or decoy naturally, but okay, keep cooking.
Illuminators can be found in the action menu under the EW weapon list on the right-hand side.
Action menu under EW weapons on the right hand side. Hello. Okay.
Illuminate a target.
I sure can. Yeah, we want to do this. Wait, I'm doing this wrong. Hang on. I want to do it like this, right? She said illuminate one, didn't she? Yeah, illuminate a ship.
Your illuminator has a 90-second firing time before it turns off so the amplifiers can cool down. You can see its cone of effect in the tactical view. Before it cools down, fire 4 Gale missiles at the target you have illuminated.
Oh, I see what you're saying, that's a move. Yeah. Internal raiders and stuff. Yeah, I got confused. Fire 4 Gale missiles at the target you've illuminated. I love how it's jittering around. Just like home, baby, just like home. I also like how you can queue up and hit enter. Love that. Love the 2 different ways of firing.
Remember, if the illumination signal turns off before the missiles arrive, they will lose tracking and probably miss their target.
Oh, now we're fucking talking.
Targets may be struck, but at this point, it's just luck. Illuminators also require a direct line of sight to their target. Ships obscured by asteroids won't be painted.
No!
Now let's get some more practice with using waypoint paths. There are 2 more enemy ships hiding in the shadows of the nearby asteroids, meaning we can't see them with our own ships. Another benefit of cruise missiles and their ability to follow past is that you can shoot at targets you suspect to be in the area but do not hold a track on. This is good for hitting ships that have retreated behind an asteroid or other obstacle hiding from our sensors. Use the thunderheads on any of the ships to hit the target hiding near the point I've indicated. Remember to use the tactical view to give yourself the best perspective, and lay in your path so the missiles will turn on their seekers before reaching the target. They'll need time and space to identify a target.
Okay.
While hiding behind asteroids can help you remain hidden from the enemy, it also gives the attacker an advantage. Cover can be a double-edged sword at the worst of times.
Because you don't see the missiles coming if you don't have data link telling you about it from someone else?
By hugging the asteroid closely with your missiles,
Man, now we're hugging the sea.
time to react before they detect the threats. That means less distance the missiles have to travel through defensive fire.
Yeah, we harpooning now. Okay. Okay. But first of all, that sounds very fun. Before we do that, I really want to figure out what that thing she said was, because I'm very thorough, as someone pointed out. That's a good way to put it. And I do want to know what that magic shit she said was with TRP. Signals. How the fuck do we do this?
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
She said it was in SIG.
Commander.
I don't know how to do it. Moving signal grid out. Yeah, I guess she's like literally being... Every time I try to do it in this tutorial, she's like, stop that, Commander. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. No, I want to know what it is. Oh, it's for the next one? Okay, good. Let's go WEP, and it was Thunderheads. Okay. So, what? So what we want to do... That's not going to be near the others, is it? Oh, fuck. I'll get used to these keys at some point. So what we kind of want to do is go down first to get away. And then, oh man, don't crash into the fucking rock, hey? We reckon it's behind, yeah? So, the shortest face would be there. So then we want to go here. How complicated can these paths get, baby? Because then we want to go... Okay, once you get the hang of the sphere, you know, I'm kind of getting it. We won't get too crazy with the path in here, because it'll just make the missile confused, most likely. We'll go there. It's not going to obstruct, they say. And then we want to go... I don't know, I probably still will. I've cut it a bit fine there. But we'll have a go. Oh, no, that's fine. In fact, I fucked it up a little bit, actually, now that I look at it from the top down. Yeah. So now... Oh, you're not going to, like... You should just do it, like, the way I was doing it before, because you're not going to actually have time to, like, do it this specifically in a real battle situation, I imagine. So, like... No. Perfect is being an enemy of good here. Just like that, right? I kind of had it before and then I fucked it up. Alright, cancel that. Yeah, you can definitely fuck yourself up with this, but with discipline, I can learn this system. Most definitely. Because now we want to go down to here. Oh man, imagine trying to do this. You just got to do the broken arrow thing of like, I don't care that my shit is dying, I'm busy making waypoints. Okay, and then we go here. And then I do think I've still fucked that a bit. Hang on. Don't got it quite so fine. I can't help it. I want to see these things hug. Okay. And then go the fuck down there, because we've spent too long on this already. And you're gonna go... How many am I to fire? 4. Okay, well... sorry, just 1, but let's just fire 4 to make sure we actually get a hit. And then we'll enter.
Copy that. Deploying missile.
Let's see the Tomahawks hopefully do what they were told. And hopefully what I told them to do is good. Lone Wolf says, in a real match, you'd probably have a fleet that's dedicated to this and does nothing but lay waypoints while teammates are on the front line. That's cool. That's like being a backliner in BA. I compared this to BA a lot in similar senses of, like, maybe not the actual gameplay, but in terms of, like, it seems like a mental load kind of game where you gotta manage your mental load. Floppy says, should we tell them if they have enough maneuver to pull off those Gs? That's a good point as well. Okay, see, I've actually left a lot. I didn't skim the asteroid at all here, really. I'm quite high. But it's okay, I think. Okay, now we're illuminating. Yeah, I haven't given them the best chance for success here, but maybe the back ones will get through, or probably not. Hey, nice.
Good strike. There's one more ship
I could have definitely cut that
finer.
finer.
Boxer, above the large asteroid. For this one, I'll hide the marker after a few seconds, so get a good feel for where it is. This will be your hardest shot yet, so make me proud.
Okay, so it's... Do I have headings? Yeah, it's 315. It's just over the crest 315. Okay. It's hugging fairly close. So you just want to, like, come over this slope here. So you want to go Thunderhead. She said she was going to hide the marker, but she didn't. She's taking it easy on me. I'm going to go up here. Did I just fucking do that right? Oh, that does not look done right. I'm trying not to overcomplicate this. Yeah, now it's gone. 315, remember? Just remember 315. I'm trying to get it on the top, if that makes sense, and I'm failing at doing that. I guess I could just do... No, then I'd have to do... Oh, we're getting complicated now, Beagle. Settle the fuck down. Okay, shift. And then... Is that its last known? Is it giving me the last known there? That's friendly if so. 315 just over this crest, right? That's not its last known. I don't know what that is. What is that thing there? I want you to... No, go back across. Oh, I see! Now I understand how that's working. Right, you're actually shrinking this... You're inverting the sphere to get it on the other side. I understand how that works now, actually. The red line on this range shows your cursor altitude. What? Okay, hang on. 315. You want to come over here. Yes, this is complicated in 3D space, but it's definitely not the worst way. It's definitely understandable. And then I think we were looking at like around here, but you had to bring it back a bit. Ugh. Okay. I want to go like... that is the hard to aim a bit, but you kind of want to like line it up like a real gun. You want to kind of like side it like that, I reckon. And I reckon if we go...
Missile away.
That might be in the right direction. I think I went a little bit too low in the end because orienting in 3D space. Zooming closer makes it easier. That's a good idea. Let's see if these ones hit. And we did a lot. I actually did too many because I can only fire 4 at once, of course, because of the missile bus thing. Oh, no, wait. Just the tubes only have time to fire 4 at once? I guess tomahawks work differently. Or I've just fired duds. Coming over, we're already taking PD. Are you gonna illuminate? Have I aimed it right? Oh, I think I fucked it. I think I fucked it. That's missile channels, you had it right. No, they're not illuminating. I think I fucked it. Or are they? Oh, I just don't see the illumination cones. That one got on. But the others did not. Engagement failed. Yeah, so it was... I think I had it too low. Yeah. Like we were saying at the start, I think we had that too low. Try it again. I'm trying to get faster at this too. So we want to go... uppy. It looked like, actually, as well, by the way, it looked like that was the easiest way for it to engage me too. So maybe I could even go like... I think I need to hug it more. I think I need to hug this thing. I see what they meant about the red line now. Yeah, I can use this. I'm gonna be careful because I'm actually just letting myself get PD'd by that thing, but maybe it won't. Maybe I can go like this. And then where's that 315 marker? Yeah. Reference me. Reference 315. It felt like it was... Come back a lot. It felt like that cone should really get it. I feel like that should illuminate.
Everything by the numbers.
Only do 4.
Copy that. Deploying missile.
This is a fun little... This is a fun little way to do cruise missiles. It's cool. I'm glad to give you a lot to practice this. Definitely, like, getting quick at doing this would be quite a skill. But possible. Now, I didn't have a red line, but these look like they're going to cut it close. How reliable is the UI in stopping me from making a mistake? Because they're not all following the exact same path either. Yet it seems there must be clearance, because it seems good enough. We come up. Oh, I fucked that. I completely fucked that. Oh, I think because there was no way for the red line to tell me I'd made a mistake there because I wasn't flying through the asteroid. I was just illuminating. So that's why I completely fucked it that time. Does that PvP? Yeah, it's a lot about PvP, actually, I hear. Okay, lucky third try. So that's because I just set them to turn in afterwards. It didn't warn me like, oh, you're gonna hit the terrain. Rock PD. Okay. This time... Nearly hit the rock again. But this time, just go over. And this time, that magic 315 again. Every time I fail, I'm like losing a memory of where it's at. But bring it in really close. I didn't think I was pointing at the rock, hey, but I guess I must have been. Or maybe the target. Maybe the target is like actually pulling it down. I don't know. Either way, let's actually shift this time. Because I thought I was good, but I clearly wasn't. I was clearly getting too confusing. So let's try it one more time now. I feel like I did this last time, but let's see.
Aye, aye, Commander. Firing missile.
If you want larger salvos to the shot if you can, yeah. But I only fire 4 at once, so I figured, how do I get all of them to fire at once? Like, can I sync all of them to do 4 at once in this way? Because doing what I just did 4 times in a row would all not be synced. Oh, I could do weapons control, but is there an easier way to be like, all 3 of them do this at the same time? Okay, here we go. I don't think we're gonna hit the rock this time, right? Okay, but are we illuminating, or did I go too low again? We look illuminated this time, but the PD is gonna stop me. Go, baby, go! Ah, okay. Now I'm gonna learn about doing multiples. Now we're gonna learn about multiples. Okay. Yes, hold fire the weapons free after the missiles program. Okay, but there's no way I can go like all 3 of them. I have to set that path 3 times, basically. You can missile out multiple ships, says Firebird. How do I do it? If I want to take all 3 of these ships and all simultaneously Thunderhead this thing now, how do I do it without doing weapons free? WCon be your friend? Okay, so there's only WCon, so I have to set the path 3 times. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. The UI can only do so much. I'm willing to accept that. Okay, then maybe I should just do this a bit quicker, because we're not really saving a lot of time on the PDing. Woo! Weapons con hold. We're gonna do some hold fire shit. Formation uses the same path. Oh, really? They have the right type. I think they all have Thunderheads, she said before. Okay, only these 2. So hang on. So if I get Fatal Spell and Dusty Tome here and I link them... Oh, I'm not allowed. So I can't do that in this one because... Okay, that's fine. I'm not meant to do that here. So I'll just do it by hand. Yeah, I appreciate it, Big Possum. It's a good system. I like it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's just like getting more comfortable with this is like a muscle memory thing, really, of like being able to handle this quickly would be the key. And just remembering, like, I just keep using my bearing here of 315. I think I remember where it is now. So we want to go like that, and just make sure we don't go into the rock. And come back a bit. And again, you know, I might be going too low or not low enough here, which is a little bit scary. Okay, so that's you. Weapons hold, so you shouldn't do it yet. And I'm going to do the same thing again. But obviously this time with a little bit different. And I guess I want to hit from the same... If I'm going to take PD at all, I hit from the same direction so I overwhelm the same, well, direction. Hopefully I have the illumination going in the right direction, and then this should be good. Side view. I think that's easier for me to get confused, if that makes sense. Like, at least this way I know I'm kind of pointing towards what I want to point towards, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Let's go like there. Okay, and now I just need to see that these 2 are ready. So, do I see warm-up? Let's look. Weapons hold. Okay, so if I now go...
Receiving.
Weapons free on both at once, we should have a... synced launch, right? Cool and sexy. That's 8 missiles this time, and unless I fucked up the path of the illumination, if this is like the last ones, but now double the missiles, you'd think we'd get through. Let's see. Very fun. Very... I mean, it's relaxing in the tutorial. I can see why people wanted single player for this, compared to how intense I imagine the PvP must be. Okay, now please just see the fucker. Yeah, surely that's in the cone. Or what? Yeah, we're in. We're in. We're having a time. One of them's gonna get through. Yeah.
Excellent work.
2, 3. Nice. We love that. Ah, the noises. The metal fatigue, the groaning, the strain. It's beautiful. Excellent.
That does it for your advanced missile ops.
Hooray.
You can come back whenever you feel you need practice. Obviously, I can go through all of this again, but I think you have it under control.
I do. Thank you, Lieutenant Hazel. That was very
I do
informative
recommend
and good.
practicing the missile paths. When you lay these in accurately and quickly in the midst of battle, you'll be a serious threat in the battle space.
Yeah, I bet.
I'll see you back at the academy.
Game's a bit quiet. I can turn it up. I actually had it turned down a bit. That's me. Yes, this is learning the... In a shooter, you learn to aim. In this game, you need to learn to hand of God those missiles nicely. That's cool, though. Very, 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 very cool. Very interesting. Alright, we've learned that one. Next, please. Teach me about TRPs. Is this like zeroing in advance? Plotting missile waypoints in a heated battle can give you a massive tactical advantage, but sometimes it can take a while. Take advantage of TRPs to plot fast dog-leg trajectories. This sounds useful. Helio Wolf says, missile waypointing is one of the most advanced skills in top-level PvP. Yeah, I imagine that's like very, yeah, it's cool. Very cool. Have you seen the container missiles yet? I have not. By the way, Commander, if you spend some time getting familiar with the order interface, you might have seen something called a TRP. I want to know. I didn't want to cover it during the missile trials since I was already throwing tons of info at you, but I think now's a good time to learn how to utilize them with missile strikes. Let's do it.
All right, Commander.
And dodging. Yeah,
After
someone
that
was saying
last lesson,
automatic
I'm sure
jinking.
you're hoping that there is an easier way. Well, the good news is that there is.
Lovely.
Today I'm going to teach you how to use the Target Reference Points, or TRPs, to expedite the plotting of single waypoint missile trajectories.
Cute little
This should be a
ship.
pretty quick one. There is one target ship sitting behind the large asteroid over to port, which we can't see currently because it's in the radar shadow. Fortunately, we have a scout corvette with us, the ANS Eye of Aster. Scout ships are fast, stealthy, and have long radar range, which makes them ideal for spotting targets. This allows us to keep our shooters concealed, or at least at a much further range than they otherwise would be, and thus safer while they fire on the enemy.
Yeah, because we're playing Battleship out here, we can't even see each other.
You may have noticed that many of your weapons ranges are longer than your sensor ranges, making scout ships absolutely critical for maximizing the utility of your weapons.
I'm seeing that now. How do I see... This might have been explained before, but how do I see the different weapons ranges? One thing when I got overwhelmed in the battle before is I wasn't sure what my gun ranges were compared to my missile ranges. Now that, I'm assuming, is a missile range. That is very long. That must be Thunderhead. How do I see different weapons? Like, I want to see different rings for different stuff. Because we have blue for sensors, I believe. What is green again? I can't remember what green is.
Standing by.
She explained this to me, but I don't remember. Hovering them in the weapon menu, sadly, something you have to learn. Green is your point defense range. I probably would have guessed that, so that's good. Yeah, I don't think... I would love a way to preview in different weapons. I would love to be able to see, like, this is our gun range, this is our missile range. I'm not sure there's a way to do it that I'm seeing.
Standing by.
Which is too bad. I think missile's still in the weapon menu. Big one says make a note of that. Hey Possum, would you happen to be Devin Chat? Are you a Mr. or Mrs. Devin Chat? Or NB Devin Chat? Ocean Fire says, I recommend using a starter fleet, making your fleets complex. I bet, yeah. Though I hope to get good at it because I love games like Battletech. I'm the audio engineer and writer. Awesome! Nice to have you here. Thank you. Appreciate you making a note of it as well. Game's really cool so far. Really like it. Like your writing so far. Like the sound so far. Very good, by the way. Thanks to you. Don't have to point out my dev, so yeah. Yeah, I forced you out of the shadows. I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. But also, thoughtlessly I've done that now, so I can't put you back in the bottle. But thank you. Okay, well right now we can't do that, but that's fine.
For the sake of this lesson, we'll leave the ANS Dusty Tome where it is. Let's start by getting our scout into position, so it can spot the enemy and
That's
relay
right,
targeting
Torrin.
data to our shooter. Move the ANS Eye of Aster over the Point Atlas so it can get a track on this target ship.
Whoop. Fast, they say. Let's see how fast. We were hitting 20 meters per second with the frigate before. As Alex says, look at Mr. Big Shot down here. Yeah, and they fucking just announced it themselves. I didn't say anything. Crazy. No. We're tracked by enemy active sensors. Well, that's not good for a stealth ship. Shaky Divide. Hello there. It's an enemy reigns. I think I can see them, Lieutenant Hazel. I think
now
we're
that
ready
we
to get
have
them.
track on our enemy, we can start setting up our shot.
Yeah.
A target reference point is a type of signal which are visible to everyone on your team. There are lots of different signals which can be used to indicate positions to the other commanders on your team.
Oh, you're right,
TRP
Obsidian.
is a special type which can be
We're
used in
hitting 40.
conjunction with missile orders.
Okay. Signals are visible to everyone on your team. Okay, like RTS markers. TRP can be used in conjunction with missile orders.
By placing a TRP, we can use it to create
Cool.
a dogleg or kink in our missile's flight path when firing in track mode. Because of this, you can only use this method when you actually have a sensor track on the enemy. Plotting waypoints by position is still the only way to arrange an attack on a suspected enemy location. Go into the
Okay.
tactical view by hitting spacebar, and let's take a look at the geometry of this situation.
It's fucked, Lieutenant Hazel.
We have two friendly ships in the battle space, one relaying targeting data to the other, and one enemy ship occluded from our shooter by a large asteroid. This is a situation you'll probably find yourself in frequently.
That sounds funny. Oh, I just read your name for the first time properly. Pathogen virus.
In order to make
No.
an attack on the ship without exposing the Dusty Tome, we'll need to pick a location for our TRP, which creates two unobstructed lines.
Bless you. In order to make an attack on this ship without exposing the Dusty Tome, we'll need to pick a location for our TRP, which creates a switch line. Yeah, it's
The
like
first line is
blaster
between the
bombing.
Dusty Tome and the TRP, and
Yeah,
the second
bump, bump,
line is between
bump,
the
bump.
TRP and the target.
Bump bump.
This forms a triangle, with one leg being between the shooter and the target, and the other legs forming the flight path the missile will actually take.
Yeah, we're mortaring in our Sigma. I gotcha.
Open the action menu by right-clicking in space. You will need to have a ship selected for this. At the bottom of the menu, you'll see the Signal tab.
I jumped the gun. Heavy risk of making Hazel mad.
Standing by.
Under the Signal menu,
Yeah.
you'll find the
Don't jump the
target
gun!
reference point button, labeled as TRP. Click it to start issuing the order. This is your
Sit your
standard
ass down and
dial
listen to
position
Lieutenant
selection
Hazel.
widget.
Don't jump
Use it
ahead.
to select a point to place the TRP that creates the two unobstructed lines I mentioned earlier. One from the Dusty Tome to the TRP, and one from the TRP to the target.
This requires a bit of an eye itself, you know? Like, you gotta go... Okay, you kinda wanna move yourself to the spot that can see both without being occluded. Would be the easiest ways to zero this, I imagine. You're gonna move yourself there, which is a bit hard because you're not gonna get it perfect, obviously, because of... Like, it's not gonna be most precise this way, but it's probably the easiest way to do this without looking around too much. And then you're gonna go here.
If you didn't get a
And
great
you can see
placement,
both.
don't worry about it. You can just place another. All signals stay active for 2.5 minutes before disappearing. When you're
Okay.
ready to continue, select the ANS Dusty Tome and open the action menu in track mode on the target ship.
Yep.
Alright, time to select our missile and arrange the salvo. Open the WEP menu.
WEP.
The Dusty Tome is carrying the Thunderhead active radar homing missile and the Hurricane Command guided missile.
Yes.
Note that under their names, information about the missile is listed, including their guidance computer type. The Thunderhead has a cruise guidance module, meaning it is waypoint capable. The Hurricane is a direct guidance system, meaning it is not, and we can't use it for this strike.
Okay.
Select the SGM-206 Thunderhead missile.
Oh no, I jumped.
Queuing up missile
That's
shots
okay.
is the same as we've done before, but now we have an extra input to add.
Okay.
By holding the left control key and clicking the left mouse button, we
Ah.
can designate the TRP we want to use. We can only designate one.
Okay.
Clicking the same TRP twice will clear the selected point. This can be done at any time while queuing missiles.
Alright.
Notice the yellow line from the firing ship to the TRP, indicating it is selected as a via point. Select the TRP you placed at the via point, and then fire at least 4 missiles at the target. I'll wait until you get a hit.
Is it? Like you can see, yeah, like that's not really a very efficient path. It's giving it like, I definitely could eyeball that in a lot better probably. And this would have been a good way to do it too as well. I could have just gone like that, I guess, but 3D space. WAP menu in. Lieutenant Hazel very much is like that kind of instructor where you're like, oh, I know this one. You just like interrupt her to start saying you know how to do it, and she's just like stares at you. She just fucking stares at you silently. She doesn't say it, but she's basically saying about saying it. She's saying, are you fucking done? Do you want to learn now? Do you want to be the instructor? No, I'm sorry, Lieutenant Hazel. I'm sorry, I do want to... You're teaching me a lot. I'm really sorry. I was just excited. Oh, this poor fucking... Solitary. We love us some fires, don't we, folks? Don't we love fires? Humanity's greatest ally, fire.
Target reference points are a great tool for arranging
that is good.
around obstacles on a target you have a valid.
But they only last for like 2 minutes, so I can't. I would want to be a sicko who like zeroes them all in at the start of the battle forever. But that is useful still, yeah.
That covers it for this lesson. I'll see you back at the academy. Hazel out.
Needs more people screaming. I don't think we kill anyone because there's no one in it because it's a test dummy. I've yet to see a little 3D Among Us body being flung out of these ships in combat. Oh, I'm sorry. Crew 57 out of 59. I guess they put prisoners on them. Never mind. No, you see, they put prisoners on the test ships to make it more... maybe they're test monkeys. You don't know. D-boys, yeah. OSP Sims on there. Me. Alright. Next! Obsidian says, if only there was a way to select an existing TRP in order to be refreshed. I'm a sicko because when I play, like, wargame style games like Broken Arrow, I'm the kind of person who wants to be able to go, like, okay, I'm gonna set my own personal markers no one else can see it, I want them to be infinite. I just want to know, like, in the fucking RTS game that I, like, okay, I've zeroed this for rockets. This is my landing zone. This is suspected enemy advance. I'm a fucking psychopath. I want to do, like, Arma map markers that, like, last until I delete them. I'm very strange. But that's what I want. But maybe it's a balance issue, because... Oh, it's also a clutter issue, because if everyone can see these, then yeah, it's annoying for everyone else. Mixing the salvo composition can greatly improve your chances of penetrating enemy point defenses will not require every missile to be a state-of-the-art hybrid. Pathogen viruses, by the time your missiles get there, the enemy has moved. That's why I want to pre-do it. I want to do it less like, oh, there's a guy here, I want to TRP it. I want to be like, alright, there's 2 asteroids. I want to set up TRPs in the first 30 seconds of the battle for, like, in 10 minutes from now. And if they happen to be behind that asteroid, that's good for me. Mixing salvo composition can greatly improve your chances of penetrating enemy point defenses while not requiring every missile to be a state-of-the-art hybrid, is what she said. Mixed missile salvos. Let's learn about it. What do you mean, Lieutenant Hazel? I'm sorry. Parker Irons. What a fucking name. Commander, I'm sending you a brief message to let you know that we've tuned the missile control unit for your mixed salvo operations. Per the administration of Bradford, so it'll be a matter of just learning how to actually select and fire mixed salvos. I'll just tell you now that it's really easy, you'll love it. Hazel will tell you more should be on your ship. I just realized if I play OPS, I'm going to be fighting Lieutenant Hazel. This is terrible. Does OPS have a Lieutenant Hazel?
Alright, Commander. Let's talk salvo composition.
I'm gonna have to kill you, Lieutenant Hazel.
Cover all of the options available
with
to
what
you
you've
here.
taught me.
So this will be a short one where we just cover the basics and you can explore on your own.
The student is gonna become the master, Lieutenant Hazel.
High-end
I'm gonna
missiles
cut you
with
down in the
penetration
rain.
aids are extremely expensive, and the fleet just doesn't have tons of them lying around. We need to be economical about how they're used.
Okay, so we send the shitty piece of shit decoy missiles in first, and we send the good ones with the anti-cringe warheads in afterwards. Okay, yes.
Fortunately, we can get almost the same point defense penetration with only 1 or 2 high-end missiles supporting a salvo of cheaper missiles as we can with a full salvo of the ritzy stuff.
Yeah.
For this lesson, we have 2 guided missile frigates, the ANS Wild Rose and ANS Midnight Oil. Place them into formation with each other to get started.
Kamala says she's only a lieutenant and works at the academy. Wow, we should be on board a frontline ship. No, I'm thinking in the future, like, not in the battles that I'll be taking part in my first fights, but like down the line when we've crushed the enemy, as will happen eventually, and we've taken all their space and we have to blow up Bradford Naval Academy. That will be a sad day for me if I go OPS, I think. And I've heard that OPS might have the kind of fighters I want, so it might be a sad day coming, and I will be crying when I do it. Anyway, placement of formation, okay, I can do that. You're playing your own war crimes. Well, you know me, like any game, I always think ahead. That also extends to my own decisions and to myself. I do tend to think quite far ahead. I can't turn it off. I guess it's my superpower. You know how Doctor Strange sees in like 1,000 different universes at once? That's like me, but only in one universe, and not really that far ahead or that cool. Okay, you're gonna stay... No, you're the guide ship.
Both of these ships are carrying the same loadout.
1,000 war crimes at once.
Hurricane, along with a few of the Block 2.
Dr. Normal!
The Block 2 has no weapons, but instead carries 2 different types of radar jammers.
Stop making me laugh while Hazel is talking. Dr. Normal, shut the fuck up. Next time I play against a mid Doctor Strange and Rivals, that's like the coldest insult you can possibly say. Oh yeah, we lost because of fucking Dr. Normal over here. Dr. Mid! Shut the hell up. Alright. OSP gets a bigger carrier, more fighters. ANS gets better fighters and better missile sensors, so on and so on, says Virus. Lone Wolf says better fighters is not entirely accurate, better in some respects, worse than others. I will want to break down, because I am the carrier pervert, I will want to break down of, so I can compare if I want to, like, start learning first. Block 2 has no warhead, but instead it carries 2 different types of radar jammers. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it's literally just a decoy missile. Isn't that cute?
The first is a spherical self-screening jammer, which projects a field of jamming around the missile, and any others with it.
Cool.
This jamming shield can divert incoming radar-based interceptor missiles.
Cool.
The second is a powerful directional jammer, which aims at whatever the acquired target is. This can significantly reduce the accuracy of kinetic point defense turrets.
Cool.
These are pure support missiles, able to cover other missiles with protective jamming, but not capable of doing any damage themselves.
I love jam.
The target will be shooting at is a point defense frigate. It has 2 Defender PDTs and a full magazine of interceptor missiles. The jammers we'll be using here will do great against them.
If I do it right.
I've unlocked your systems now, so let's talk about setting up mixed salvos.
Oh boy.
Open up the action menu in formation mode with left shift plus right click on the enemy target.
Oh, we're learning about that too now. Cool. Okay, open up the action menu information mode. Left shift, right click on the target. Yep. Ah, cool.
In the weapons menu, you'll notice a set of plus and minus buttons on your missile weapons.
Oh, that's what those are for.
Previous lessons to prevent confusion.
I saw them though, Hazel. You didn't hide them well enough.
The green plus button on any missile will begin a mixed salvo.
Oh my god.
When the order is issued, missiles will fire in the same order you added them in.
Oh, Hazel.
Note that when you have multiple ships in a formation, you can only plan a mixed salvo using missiles which are present on all of the ships.
Wait.
The number of missiles you can have in a mixed salvo is equal to the number of programming channels on the ship. In the case of a formation, you'll get a warning if you exceed the number of channels on any of the ships. As I mentioned, we have 2 types of missile here. The standard Hurricane is our damage dealer, and the Block 2 variant is our support.
I need 1 hit for this, I assume.
In order to provide the best possible protection for our salvo, we'll want to bookend it with support missiles. This puts a jammer up front to cover against approaching interceptors, and a backup jammer at the back if the lead gets destroyed. Using the plus buttons, create a mixed salvo that has the following composition. 1 Hurricane Block 2 first, followed by 3 standard Hurricanes,
cool UI.
and 1 Hurricane Block 2 at the end. When you're ready, click the Launch Mixed Salvo button to begin targeting.
Oh, I see, Lieutenant Hazel, because, right. I understand now. I was just going to do 4 and 1. I see now why you're saying to do bookend them. Yes, okay. But wouldn't you do... Because the jamming missile itself doesn't accomplish anything. So wouldn't you rather do 1 jammer, HE, jammer, HE, so that the jammer itself also gets PD'd? Now listen here, Hazel. I may only have played this game for 3 hours and only have done the tutorials and failed one of those tutorials twice. Technically. But I think I know how to do your job better now. Hang on. Because then we should have 1, because then, if the only one you have left at the end is the jammer, then it's not going to do anything anyway. Not so Lomov says, the closer the jammer is to the target, the more effective it is, which is also why it seems better than not have it on the bookend. So first, you should start with a jammer, because it's going to be more effective up front. Then we... Yeah. Yes. Then we go 1, 2... Then we go 1 more, because there's no point having a living jammer if all the HEs have been shot down, unless... Is there a situation where it would go for... Look, I'm just gonna... This is gonna work. Missiles at different speeds, says Fundubi. Okay. Temmo says, there's a point where the jammer is impacted flown past and the PD could get a last-minute capture on a damaging missile. Does it go faster than the others? 3577753. I believe that I am just built different.
Now that we've got the salvo ready, we can just click the target once to fire. When dealing with mixed salvos, we only work in full salvos, so each selected target will fire one full salvo.
That's a cool way to do it, by the way.
Because this is a formation order, we'll actually be firing one salvo from each ship.
Oh, you didn't tell me that, Hazel, you
While the
liar.
missiles are in flight, you can go to the tactical view to see the jammers in action.
Hazel, you liar! You didn't tell me that!
Target ship now. If you don't get a hit, just try again.
I will get a hit because I've concocted the world's
Things to keep an
greatest
eye on as your
mech lab
missiles
missile
fly to the
salvo.
target.
Whoa, look at
How
that.
Enemy interceptor missiles swerve off as they get close. And
Yeah.
magnetic point defenses fire erratically, or not at all.
Absolutely obliterated, my
Nicely done,
god.
Commander.
Back to the hangar, buddy.
When you fire a mixed salvo from a ship, the composition will be saved for later use.
Oh,
Clicking one
really?
of the plus buttons will clear the previous salvo and start a new one.
No way, really? Just like that? Just like that? On God? My god. My god, and even shows you how many salvos you could do with this and how many you have left.
We've only
like
scratched
that.
the surface of what you can do with mixed salvos. They are an amazing tool for increasing your hit rates without costing an arm and a leg. Keep in mind that while we used a dedicated support missile here, you can mix any missiles together to achieve whatever effects you want.
So you can do armor pen, then HE.
Even missiles of different sizes can
Right.
be grouped, and the salvo will be held until all programming is completed.
I like that.
Play around with different supporting missiles or different seeker combinations such as mixing, radar-guided, and anti-radiation, and see what you can achieve.
Can you, like, do a salvo of mixed cruise missile waypoints like that? Like the thing we were doing to the Thunderheads before? Can we, like, mix different cruise missiles in together? And then
That's all
waypoint
I've
them all
got
at
for you
once?
today, Commander. I'll see you back at the Academy.
Oh shit, it's time for carriers! Now, it's been very fun getting missiles killed, everyone, but it's time to get things killed with actual people inside them, which is going to be great. We're going to get a Twitch integration mod for this game where every time a fighter goes out, or anytime a crew member dies on the ship, or a fighter explodes and doesn't eject, assuming there's ejections, it has to pick one of the chat names and be like, Incredon has died. Incredon failed to eject. Damage control team killed. Lloydie Boy, Goose Para, and 3 other chatters have died. Timed out 800 seconds. Believe it or not, I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess this is age. I have to go to the bathroom again. I'm so sorry. This has been like I think a 3 bathroom break set of tutorials. I think it's been like 1 bathroom break per tutorial. But I'm ready now, folks. Just one more, and it's time for the jewel of the tutorials in my expectations. Well, I want to look at that. That's so hot! Fuck! Sorry, I get a little loud. Excited. That's really cool. And I want this. God, yes. I'll be right back. We're doing this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're doing this. Okay, now, I'm a fighter pervert, but, this is the content that was literally added to the main of this game today, right? Sorry, my chair is being squeaky. I need a damage control team for my chair. So, if this was the buggiest part, I would understand, because this literally just came out today. But, let's do it. Lesson 1, Basic Flight Operations. Many large warships are capable of carrying utility spacecraft. Cool. To enhance their capabilities. This lesson covers an introduction to flight operations, including loadout management, fuel, launch and landing. Yes, we love to land, don't we, folks? And using skiffs as both scouts and a first offensive layer. Skiff, show them the medal I won. Fire says, I've done about 6 matches today of carriers. They're very fun, but there's a lot more micro than other types of vehicles. I bet. Ash, Hazel. Commander, I have something exciting for you this time. Yeah, you do. With the situation in Crebensis getting out of hand, the brass has just authorized us to fast-track eligible officers for setting up flight operations. Your names come up, and as luck would have it, Bradford just received a small batch of halberds that are, oh, just like Star Sector, that are prepped just for us. Time to get your wings in a way. Yeah. Bullseye radar, medium mounted hangar, cannons, PDTs. Let's go. Camel says, if you're liking this, I think you're going to end up liking Sea Power.
Welcome to your introduction to flight
likely.
operations. You won't be earning your wings here, but you will be learning how to get a spacecraft off deck and into the void.
It's funny, Camelith, because I wanted to play Sea Power. Sea Power came before me understanding that this was coming out with this update, like 2 months ago, and I was like, as I said to everyone, when I saw the trailer for Sea Power, I was like, it's finally time to learn about modern naval warfare. It's time to get into boats. It's time to become a boat guy. And it's funny because in the end, I've heard that Sea Power is quite buggy right now and to hold off on it till it gets more polished down the line. And then this game comes along and it's like, oh, you know, metaphorically very similar thing, really, but through the lens of sci-fi and space, right? So, very cool. Alright.
Your ship for this lesson is the ANS Visible Frontier, an Axford-class heavy cruiser. If you take even a passing look at your hull, you'll probably notice a set of large doors located behind the top superstructure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bloom, so you could have convinced me that was a radar, Hazel, but I think I see them. I think I'm looking at the right thing.
Some larger ships, like heavy cruisers and battleships, have the ability to mount internal hangars and elevators where you might otherwise find a turret or a missile launcher.
Lieutenant Hazel, I like that, but I would like it more if you told me that there was a ship that existed just to have these kinds of internal hangars and elevators.
These mount hangars can only carry the smallest spacecraft, so you won't be launching any bomber strikes from your cruiser, but even a utility skiff or a pair of interceptors can extend your capabilities significantly.
Oh, I bet.
But first things first, let's get moving. Set course for Point Atlas.
Set sail for fun.
The first thing to talk about before we start launching any spacecraft is requirements for deck ops.
Please, hit me with it.
If you hover your mouse over the flight button in the ship information bar,
Oh,
you'll
yes.
see the green deck polar plot.
Yes, tell me what the fuck that is.
This diagram shows the current speed of your ship and the crab angle,
Oh.
which is the angle between where your bow is pointing and your velocity vector.
What the
The
fuck?
red and green areas of the plot represent the maximum speed at which a spacecraft can be launched and recovered based on the current crab angle.
Holy
The diamond
shit!
indicates where your ship's movement sits relative to these requirements.
We gotta fucking
Note
ball it
that you can
in.
launch and recover spacecraft while moving in any direction, but you can be moving faster in the forward direction.
Yeah, I see that. What the fuck? This is sick already. So we actually gotta manage
Don't
this.
worry, you don't need to micromanage your heading and speed to launch and recover craft.
Oh, okay, never
By
mind.
ordering the flight quarters, or FQ, throttle setting, the ship will automatically keep its speed in the green zone, no matter how it's moving.
Cool.
You also don't need to be in the green zone when preparing craft for launch, just when the elevators are up and waiting for the spacecraft to take off or land.
Interesting. I'll see how that's
At any other
automated.
time, you can push the ship as hard as battle maneuvers require. I'm sure the deck crews won't mind a bump or two while they're loading those missiles into the bays, if the alternative is getting hit by the enemy missile. Next, let's take a look at the flight
They don't
ops
get to
screen.
vote. They
Click
can't
the
say
flight
that.
button to open it.
Yes.
The flight ops screen has everything you need to effectively manage your onboard spacecraft.
Yes.
On the left side, we have information about the current deck traffic, controls for queuing or canceling launches, and a list of all spacecraft types on the ship.
Deck traffic.
This list can be used to filter which types you want to see. Clicking on a craft type will filter to that type only, and you can select multiple types by clicking with either Shift held down to select a range, or Control to select individual types.
Okay, clicking on a craft type will filter that type only, and you can select multiple types by clicking with Shift held down to select a range, or Control to select individual types. Okay, I think I get that.
However, our ship is only carrying a single type of craft, 2 of the RS-35 Halberd skiffs.
Yes.
The large area to the right shows all of the craft, of the currently filtered types, which are on the ship, what hangar they're in, and their current status. Both of the Halberds are sitting in storage, ready for pre-flight.
Okay.
Let's get our first craft into the void.
Let's do that.
We can launch craft by selecting them either individually or as a group with Shift or Control, selecting a loadout,
Oh my.
and clicking the launch flight button.
Oh my.
Loadouts provide a lot of flexibility to spacecraft,
Oh
allowing you
my.
to select the appropriate tools for the job you need to accomplish.
Oh my.
You can open the loadout selection list by clicking the arrow next to None, which shows what is currently selected.
Oh man, there's time for it? Oh my
In
god.
the loadout list, you can see the name of each loadout, the number of times it can be used based on the ammunition available on the ship, and how long it will take to conduct pre-flight with this loadout.
How many times can be used based on ammunition on this ship? Is that the 3 thing here? You can see the name of each loadout, number of times it can be used based on ammunition available on the ship, and how long it will take to conduct pre-flight with this loadout. Okay.
You can select a loadout for the specific craft by clicking on the text area, or apply it to all selected craft by selecting the group icon to the right.
Oh.
Launch one RS-35 Halberd skiff with a loadout of your choice.
Okay.
Once you issue an order to launch spacecraft, the deck crews will begin pre-flighting them. This process involves getting the craft onto the launch pad, depressurizing the elevator, fueling, and arming with the loadout you selected.
Okay. Craft on a launch pad, depressurize elevator, fueling, arming, loadout you selected.
For some crafts carrying larger munitions, like bombers, this can take quite a while, but getting skiffs off deck is pretty fast.
Cool. This is very cool. I like it. Neat little guys in spacesuits are up here doing the wavies of their different colored vests. Hit one bump and everyone's just like, whoa! Draw the raffle. This one's you, Lodi boy, I've decided. Rigged raffle. Oh, hang on. Oh my god, it's happening. Hey, that's kind of sick. So it's like a little Battlestar Galactica Raptor. It's...
Great, our skiff is in the void. Now we can start putting it to use.
Oh god, look out for the engines.
Once a new craft is launched, it will begin orbiting its mothership, protecting it from approaching threats.
Love that as the default.
This makes skiffs, or fighters assigned to guard ships, extremely useful extensions of the ship's point defenses, as they are able to fly out and meet the enemy missiles before they get close.
Yeah, with their face.
But I'm not going to be shooting any missiles at you this time. Click on the skiff, or use its automatically assigned hotkey to select it.
Ready for tasking.
At the bottom of the screen is the spacecraft information bar, which probably looks familiar from its warship counterpart.
It does. I
On
like
the far
it.
right, we can see the group's identity, the status of all the members it is comprised of, and its current fuel status.
Roger.
Unlike warships, which have fuel bunkers large enough that they aren't a practical consideration in battle, fuel for spacecraft is far more limited.
Yes.
The fuel bar shows how much of the spacecraft's fuel load has been depleted, how long until it hits bingo at its current burn rate, how far it can travel at cruise speed, and how long it can spend in combat with the current fuel.
Nice. We have combat power time and just general cruising around time. That's cute.
Bingo refers to when a spacecraft group is forced to return to their mothership to land and refuel. You'll never lose a spacecraft because it ran out of fuel.
Good.
But you will lose control of them until they land. Spacecraft burn fuel at different rates depending on what they're doing. Idling has the lowest burn rate and combat has the highest. We'll talk about most of these in another lesson, but there are two you should be aware of immediately. The first is hard burn, or H-burn.
Herbert.
This gives the group a large boost in speed, but also dramatically cuts its fuel endurance. When idling, even with H-burn on, fuel is burned at a normal idle rate. Combat is always conducted at H-burn, regardless of this setting.
Okay, burner's on.
Next we have maneuvering posture, which controls how your craft move. Juke works great on small rounds like 20mm, but for long-range anti-craft artillery, evade is the best choice.
Assuming you're talking about flak. Okay, so juke is like little baby steps, and evade is like, holy shit, I'm gonna fucking die. What is direct?
On the far left, we have the list
what
of weapon
direct
groups
is.
in this flight. You can
Oh,
manually
no
disable
maneuvers.
weapons
No
by clicking
maneuvers.
on them.
No juking, no crabbing, I guess. Far left, we have the list of weapon groups in this flight. Manually select weapons by clicking on them. Cool.
Your pilots will prefer to use weapons which are relevant to the selected target, but you can manually enable irrelevant weapons as well.
Interesting.
To finish off, we've got a blind corner ahead of us which is dangerous for all sorts of reasons.
Oh yeah.
There could be a ship laying in wait to ambush us, a minefield, a bomber wing, or anything else you can think of.
God, there's mines in this game?
The Visible Frontier is a big ship, and a valuable target. Scouting around that corner with a heavy cruiser is a risky proposition.
Send Harper!
We could use
Alert.
other, smaller warships, but they probably stand
New
less of a chance.
2.00 donation from Red 2.
Oh my god.
This is Red 2.
Yeah.
I hope Commander Beagle doesn't get me shot down. If some leave Putin to go back to Aviano next rotation.
If you didn't want to get shut down, you should have sent more than $2. I'm sending you around that asteroid. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Red 2.
We can scout that corner
I appreciate
easily with
it.
a platform that features decent enough sensors, enough weapons to defend itself, and enough agility to get out quickly if it's a trap.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Harper, who is now Italian. Scout around the corner. Okay, so we just order them like shippies.
Acknowledged.
Everything's gonna be fine for you. In fact, I'll even do... Look, you come right back after.
Wire received.
How do I set you back to form? I want you to go back onto orbiting at the end of this queue. Would that be a guide? Or do they just naturally, if they're idling, go back? I wonder how that works. Order guard unit, is that it?
Quiet. Command's on the line.
Skiff on station.
Command's on the line.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
No, okay. That's harder to do than it looks then.
Wilco.
Right-click and shift right-click to land. Okay. But I can't queue it, right? Like I can't go... Hold shift. Go here, then come back, and... So I can't be like, hey, come back here, and after you're done with your move order, get back to guarding the ship. No.
Wire received.
And I also can't then hold shift.
Confirmed.
No, okay. So that is not something I can currently do.
Acknowledged.
So we just gotta stay on our toes with that.
We hear
I mean,
you.
luckily there isn't too many ships to manage in this game by the sound of it, so that should be okay, but we'll see. Whoop.
Skiff on station.
I love watching little space fighters. That's why I play Freelancer. Gotta say, asteroids be fucking huge in this game, by the way. They be fucking massive. Oh, that's where I wanted to search, by the way, over here.
Wire
Let's
received.
go, just do a bit of micromanaging. Is there a big Discord? There is, down below. There's, Discord link should be one of my banner panel
What
things.
are our orders, Commander?
Skiff on station.
Hello
Looks like
there.
we've spotted an enemy fast attack ship, a shuttle carrying rockets. They're small, but nimble and pack a punch. That could have been bad. The 35mm gun the halberd is carrying on its chin mount is mainly meant for self-defense.
Oh,
It
sweet.
can also do damage to lightly armored ships like this.
Hell yeah, Virus. Hell
Issuing an
yeah.
attack order for a spacecraft flight is as simple as right-clicking the target track and letting the pilots do the rest.
I love that that's simple. Very good. But again, can you queue this? This is my question now. Can you queue this? Like, if I go up to here...
Acknowledged.
So that would be an obvious thing for me, I'd say, that I would want to know a way that I can queue that, you know? I want to be able to set this up in advance. It's like, okay, I want you to go up high, like the Tomahawks.
Wilco.
Go up high, and then come in, right? What? Hey, wee, woo. Oh, man, we got range on this motherfucker. Damn, look at that thing go! You gonna be okay? Is it gonna shoot you with PDs? You stay away from it, right? We're not gonna get too close. We're not gonna... No, we're not going closer than we need to. I love that about your AI. I love that the AI
I
is
think
not
that's
stupid.
enough holes in that shuttle. Let's bring our skiff home now.
Yeah, go home. Wait a minute, what? Picks his shuttle to her shuttle. Oh god, we've killed the cruise liner. Oh no. I like their blue. They got a nice color scheme. Hey, Lieutenant Hazel, the
All
enemy has a
orders
really
for
cool
spacecraft are
drip.
contextual, with up to 2 options per context. When hovering the mouse over a friendly ship, right-clicking will issue a guard order.
Okay,
Holding left shift and clicking the right mouse button will select the alternate option for that context.
okay,
In case of a ship you own, which has available hangar space, that will be a land order.
cool.
Issue a landing order for your skiff flight now. You can do this no matter where they are, and they'll find their way home.
I love how simple this is after learning all the complex frigate stuff. Just click, just click. They're so nice because not only am I a fighter pervert, but also like they're just so... It's like a nice foil to how... A nice juxtaposition to how like complex you get into the weeds with the boat maneuvering is just the fighter's just like, yep, just click. Okay, that's done. Got it, Commander. That's nice that they're very independent like that. You're gonna go fast now, motherfucker. Oh yeah! Oh, when you go hard burn, it goes... Nice. He like turns the whole trail, but I guess that makes it easier to see. Alright, I want you to just pummel straight into the elevator with your afterburners on, please. G maneuver, oh yeah. Yeah, if you can't land on the carrier with
Commander.
your burners on, I don't know what the fuck's going on with you, honestly, Harper. Don't burn yourself into the fucking drivetrain, though. Yeah, here we go. Burners on the whole way, baby. How dare you turn your burners off? Put those back on! You are disobeying a direct order! Oh, you got little wheels!
Our pilots are home, and that about covers it for the basics of managing your spacecraft.
What an ugly little thing, I love it. Oh, look at the internal elevator! This is cute! This is so damn cute. Danger area.
Well done, Commander.
Dun, dun, dun,
I'll see you
dun,
back
dun.
at the Academy.
Please. Liking that! That's good. Like how those handle a lot. Would like to be able to queue up more stuff with them, but I like that. Okay. And then we only get one more tutorial, I believe. And then it's, yeah. Introduction to full carrier operations using the Levy class escort carrier to launch and manage multiple active sorties in order to strike enemy ships. Please. Tell me about the cap. Tell me about the AWACS planes. Tell me there's a skiff with radar on it. Tell me we have a Space Hawkeye. Woven Incantation. That is an incredible name for a ship. All we have is 4 PDTs. We have one message from Roman Blackwell. Commander, as part of a new command training regimen at the request of the Brass. I like how the Brass has a capital B, like capital G God. I am putting you up for carrier certification. You'll be instructed in full flight operations as I believe you check off the boxes, as some say. To satisfy the growing need for competent and reliable carrier commanders given the rapidly crumbling situation in El Shout Spur. I have instructed Lieutenant Hazel to advise you, as well as installing Lieutenant Meadows as flight controller for the incantation. Both will be present, though I suspect Meadows will be more concerned of her pilots. Regardless, good luck. I expect a good report from you. Thanks, bud. I mean, sir. Oh, now we're fucking talking.
Alright, Commander. This is what you've been waiting for. Full carrier operations.
This is literally what I've been waiting for. We're here.
I can
Tevers
talk you
acquired
through
on
all the
deck.
strikes we'll conduct,
Oh, shit.
or I can let you practice on your own.
What is the lore implication of this? Tevers acquired on deck. Are you telling me that we actually have, not visible in the scope of this game's graphics, but in the kayfabe, in the lore, we actually have the deck shooters? That was a joke I meant earlier. That's sick. We got little guys
Sounds
in
good,
colored
Commander.
vests
Let's start from the beginning.
on space hooks. I love that.
The ANS Woven Incantation is a Levy-class escort carrier. It can carry a modest complement of fighters, bombers, skiffs, and a command and control spacecraft.
Okay. I'm just thinking about that now. You know how they like do like touchdown dances after they like get a touchdown in football? I'm just imagining that, but like with the 0G with like the deck like controllers on like Tevers. Just like shooting a plane off and then doing like a 0G backflip. Like, yeah, that was awesome. Sick. That's actually part of their signaling now. Just to be more visible, you know?
Note that the current complement this ship is carrying isn't even close to its maximum, but it will do for training purposes.
That's exciting. Virus is in the lore tidbit for the OSB escort carrier. The lore is a deck crew clearing the ice from the hangars while around a comet. That's really evocative. I love that.
The flight deck
Zero
features
G
6
Fortnite
pads,
dance.
2 large and 4 small. The small pads are equivalent to the mounted hangar on the ANS Visible Frontier in the previous lesson. And the larger pads obviously allow us to launch and recover larger craft.
Okay, I just had a little gasp there because I was like, oh, I want to go inside now to see them, and I can see them. Yes.
A carrier's core role is the projection of power around the battle space via its spacecraft. And one of the unique advantages that carriers have over other fire support platforms like cruise missile ships is the ability to find their own targets.
Yes!
There are a few target ships near the large asteroid in the area I've marked, but we can't see them because our radar doesn't have enough range.
But what does, Lieutenant Hazel?
That makes this the perfect opportunity to talk about the first unique capability our carriers bring to the table, which is the E-44 Sundial Spaceborne Early Warning and Control Craft, or CWAC for short.
Swack me.
The Sundial is a large craft, and can only be launched from large pads, like those on the Levy. They have powerful sensors, and some even carry ELINT suites. This, combined with their small size and radar cross-section, makes them excellent surveillance platforms.
Yes.
However, they don't carry any weapons and aren't very maneuverable. Keeping them close enough to the action to get the tracks you need, while also keeping them out of danger, is a tricky balancing act. In the flight ops screen, find an E-44 Sundial in the list of stored craft and launch it.
Okay.
Standing by.
Bomber Claymore. Cool. Sorry, let me just look at these. Torpedo! Cluster bomb. Maybe this penetrates and this takes advantage of HE. Tonto interceptor. Tidani-looking motherfuckers. Ugly little things. Void superiority with ripostes. Interesting that there's 4 and then 2. There must be 2 different, like, in the shipbuilding part of this. That must be the difference there. Takes a minute to warm those up. Minute for these too, okay. And then this is just launchy. Okay, get that up. Are we doing it? I don't think I did it right. Ah, yeah, I didn't do it right. There we go. Wait, what the fuck am I launching here then? Okay. Get a bomber selected. Oh, whoopsie. Hello there. Look at this ugly ass elite dangerous motherfucker. Look at those wheels. Oh, all fighters are good fighters. All spacecraft are good spacecraft. Ugly ass thing.
Once the sundial is in flight, move it near the target area until you've picked up all 3 target ships.
Okay. Once the sundial's in flight, move to your target area to pick up 3 ships. Cool.
Ready for tasking.
What's your sensor range, baby?
Confirmed.
Confirm! Cool voice acting.
Wire confirmed.
Is that your ring? Where is your sensor ring? Or have I not got it on yet? You're a sensor, right? Oh, that's a claymore! What the fuck?
Wire confirmed.
Ah! I did launch
Wire
both.
confirmed.
Oh shit, that's cool. It's just a fucking Hawkeye. Oh my god, I love that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. What is the sensor on this thing? Let's go over here.
While the sundial gets into position, let's talk about preparing our first strike.
Wait, listen to Hazel, I want to see its radar range. Where is it? Oh, that is the radar. Yep. So, what are your sensors, Carrier? Do you even have any?
Woven Incantation is currently carrying 4 of the PF-440 Tonto interceptors. These are fast, stealthy, well-armed fighter spacecraft, which is primarily used for fleet defense against enemy spacecraft, but also has some limited flexibility for other roles. We also have 2 variants of the B-86 Claymore, designated B-86A and B-86B.
Okay.
They vary in what missile bays they're equipped with. The A variant carries size 2 missiles and bombs, and the B variant carries size 3.
Oh shit, we got some fucking thunderheads. Cool.
It's important to be mindful of your deck throughput when planning strikes. You can queue up as many crafts as you want at once to form one massive flight, but you can only simultaneously pre-flight as many craft as you have launch pads and strike down stations.
Yes.
We have 2 large pads and 4 small pads, as well as 1 strike down station on this carrier. That means we can pre-flight a maximum of 3 bombers at once. We can also prepare 7 fighters at once,
Wait,
as
what?
they can use larger pads as well, but this means they will be blocked from use by bombers in the meantime.
Say that shit again, listen, Hazel. Two large and 4 small. Strike down station. What the fuck is a strike down station? We can pre-flight a maximum of 3 bombers at once. Make that math make sense? Also, you go land. Oh, I did it wrong. Sorry, what the hell is a strike down station for one? And how can I... If bombers only come out of larges... How... Virus's strike down station lets you prepare an extra aircraft that isn't into the pad. What? Like unloading it? Oh, like if you cancel while it's gearing up? Gives you an additional pad? Our pad's plus strike down. Shit's gonna be armed on a pad on a strike down station. Oh, okay, so they can't be launched through the strike down station, but it's like an arming pad. You can prep. Okay, cool. So you can do like a bit of the pre-flight then, but you can't launch it. Or you can pre-flight it, but you can't quite launch it, so it'll still be time. Okay. So why is she saying I can launch 3 bombers from 2 large pads? Like, they can't take the bomber and split it into quarters like King Solomon and then take it off from the 4 small pads at once, right? Oh, no, I understand now. I'm stupid. Now I get it. Because one of them is being pre-flighted, but she can only launch 2 at once. Yes, one's being pre-flighted on the strike down station. I understand. 7 fighters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
If you try to launch flights which are significantly larger than the number of pre-flight slots you have available, the first craft launch may be nearly out of fuel by the time the final ones are ready to go.
Indeed.
Mustering sorties of the appropriate size while leaving your craft with enough fuel to actually conduct the mission is another delicate balancing act you'll need to master as a courier commander.
Oh, baby, I can't wait to be the only person who wants to only play fighter shit and be totally useless. Oh boy, I'm sure there won't be many people who only want to fuck with carrier shit. Hey, what's that? Oh, I'm gonna go play Wargame. I've got a grand idea. I'll be the only person who just wants to do artillery and airstrikes. Whoa! Never heard of that before.
Ready, wizard.
Our first
Virus,
strike
this is the
against
Battle of
target
Midway in public
ships
matches
will
right now.
involve 3 B-86B Claymore bombers with the torpedo
I
loadout.
bet.
Cue this up for launch.
Okay. First strike, 3B86. See, what I want to do, though, I do want to do the combo. I don't need to be too much of a degenerate, because what really excites me here, too, is the idea of not just doing carrier command, but comboing carrier command with cruise missile strikes and shit. And the missile strikes in this game. Like, the idea of sending in a wave of bombers, I don't know what their ranges are on the torpedoes, but sending in, like, a wave of bombers who are going in with those support missiles she described to us before, with the jammers, with actual destructive missiles behind them in a combined attack, sounds really fucking cool. That sounds very fucking cool. Anyway, our first strike against target ships will involve 3 B-86B combo bombers. Okay,
It's also advisable to protect your
With
bombers with
torpedoes.
escorting fighters, so launch 4 PF-440 Tonto interceptors with the Void Superiority loadout.
Okay, how many does she want me to do? 3 beach, just right there. It's an escort carrier, so it's got a missile ship. There you go. Okay, so we want 3 B-86Bs. Now, why do we have you guys in 2 different hangars here? Is that your internal storage? Right. Oh, so you need to actually assign internal storage for them as well. Very cool. I look forward to getting into the mech bay part of this game quite a bit. And we want to go like this, right? How do I do it for everyone again? No, I need to select them first. How do I select type? She said there was an easy way to select type. Also, can I deselect all? Okay, yeah. Okay, so you have to look like this. You can't just look at everything at once, I guess. Or can you? Can I deselect this so I can just see like all types at once here? Just whatever's in the hangars? I thought she said that, but I don't think I can. Control shift click, I think. Yeah, I'm trying that. I guess you just have to pick everything. Does it remember this then? Okay, it remembers it, so that's fine. Just do it once. And then, okay, so I would queue up. She wants 3 B-86B bombers. I do have that. That's why the filters are helpful, clearly. But then I can go, like, click to assign this mission profile to all of the craft. I don't think that's working for me. Maybe because I've got, non-shared shit going on here. You select them all 3, then press that button. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I need to be shift-clicking. I thought I was marking them, but now I see. Yeah. Boom. And then we want to go ahead and... Okay, so I can't launch you guys together, so I gotta launch you guys first. What's your fuel? I want to see your fuel before I take you off. I guess I'll just learn that number. Go up with torpedoes, and then we're gonna go... Bump, bump, launch them too. And we're gonna launch them all. Cool! Very cool and interesting. I like it. Redundant. Virus says, any rumors that I'm running 3 escort carriers at the same time is unfounded. Redundant loadouts and specialized loadouts. Virus says, ships in triplicates, spread them out so if I lose one I don't lose everything, and a lot more paths to get crafted in the void. I love that. Holy shit. You're running 73 fighters with 3, like, what, fucking AWACS or something?
On station.
Holy shit. That sounds awesome. I want to watch the furballs. I need to see some spacecraft dogfighting.
Send your traffic.
Did I fuck up my launch, or are we launching? I've lost track of the launch process. Oh, I did reset, by the way. Nope, we're launching. Bombers be taking off. Go, go.
Plenty for everyone.
Nice.
Ready for tasking.
And they're just gonna orbit.
On station.
What's your flight? You have 16 minutes of flight, which was less than the skiff.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
The AWACS has ton. CWACS, sorry. 30. And then our 4 fighters here also have 10.
Now
Okay.
that all of the craft for this strike are mustered,
35,
let's talk
sorry.
about the more advanced control
So the bombers
options
have a
we
lot
didn't
less.
cover in the last lesson. Select our bomber flight and keep it selected.
Okay.
The first advanced option is return to base by weapon status, or WRTB. When your flight has expended its weapons, they will automatically return to the carrier.
Cool.
The default option is SCOSH, which means return to base when all standoff weapons, e.g. missiles, are expended, even if gun ammo still remains.
Cool.
An alternative option is Winchester, which means return to base only when all weapons, including every last bullet, are expended.
Right.
The next option is Coherence, which defines how focused an attack on a group of targets will be.
Okay.
By default, this is set to auto, making it context dependent. For any option with an auto setting, you can find a description of the behavior in the tooltip.
Defines whether this flight will hold formation and engage a single target, or break formation to engage multiple nearby targets and give an attack order. Interesting.
When we're attacking ships, auto behavior will focus fire on the target you selected. The maces we're carrying are command guided, and they'll be guided directly to the target each bomber chose. Generally, you want to focus fire on larger ships to make sure you score a hit through their defenses. But this would be a good demonstration of the split behavior, so flip it on if you want.
Yeah, good idea.
Next up, we've got salvo size. This is another auto default, making it context sensitive.
Here, just idle so you stop burning your fuel.
You can use this option to select the maximum number of missiles that the group will have in flight against a specific target at the same time. When attacking ships on auto, this number is unlimited. Another important thing to know about bombers is that they can guide
Oh,
as
you are
many
idling.
command missiles onto the target as they can carry, whereas something like an interceptor can only guide one at a time.
Okay.
Attack range defines when our group will actually release their weapons. By default, craft will hold their fire, even with extremely long-range weapons, until the target is within the organic sensor range. This can help prevent misses due to long flight times and overleading targets.
Right.
If you're confident that the target will maintain trajectory, or it is stationary, you can flip this over to standoff. On this mode, your craft will fire their weapons at the maximum possible range.
Cool. 4K is pretty long still.
And finally, we have attack subsystem target. This is not relevant for any weapons we'll be firing in this lesson, but for guns and other direct fire weapons, it allows you to select a subsystem class on the target ship to focus on.
So you can tell them to actually like gun the CIC, gun the bridge.
There's one last thing we need to do, and that's protect our bombers with our interceptors. You can order craft to guard other craft the same way you can with ships. Select your interceptor flight and order it to guard the bomber flight. It'll stay close and provide protection.
Interesting.
Burner's hot.
With that out of the way, let's go hit those targets.
Please. Sounds fun.
Burner's hot.
Stance. Passive will take no action. Defines aggressive will flight will be nowhere near an enemy unit. Aggressive will pursue all enemy units in range. Evasive will flee from one nearby enemies. Passive will take no action. So assumedly, when they're on guard, they're just going to defend you from threats. Okay, you're guarding.
The mace has a short range, less than 4 kilometers.
Okay.
Order an attack on any of the target ships, and your bombers will plot a route, get into range, and fire.
Okay. You. Let's go see how this works. Attacking track 686. Love that you got that information there. Undetected. Also love that. Oh, that's the Albatross. Wait, did I just tell you to fucking do that? No! No, Albatross, no! No, no!
Bomber sorties take a while to prepare, so keeping up a high enough cadence of attacks to keep the enemy off balance requires a lot of foresight and multitasking.
Yeah, I see that. It's cool.
You need to always be thinking about what your next sortie will be, even while the current one is in progress.
Yeah, that's
Our
cool.
next sortie will be
I
2
love that.
B-86A Claymore bombers carrying the Thunderheads loadout. Order that launch now.
I really love that. That sounds like a really fun kind of gameplay to be doing. Honestly, very cerebral and strategic. I love that. I mean, he was on the way, no fear. He hasn't even got guns, too. Love him.
Ready, wizard.
I said he, but we've got a dear lady up there in the Albatross.
Ready for tasking. We're ready.
How dare you misgender CWAX?
Send it, wizard.
Ready, wizard.
Jettison the radar at them.
Plenty for everyone.
Oh, I like watching this. I like watching this a lot. I have to resume watching Battlestar Galactica with Jam. This is what I want to watch. I want to do, I want to make them orbit. They haven't got the advanced movement things that the bigger ships have. Presumably they'll not be so complex, but I do specifically want to give them like an orbit, you know?
Wired and confirmed.
I guess I could do like this, but it's not really ideal.
Locking in.
It's also probably not really necessary, I guess, in the context of spacecraft, but you know.
Plenty for everyone.
Alright, they're going to combat burn. Were you a deadlock player? No, I never did.
Flight 2, committing on target.
I like to watch that! I do like to watch that, I must admit. That is cool as fuck.
Good hits. Nice job, Commander.
And yeah, they split their salvo up really nicely there.
Once your bombers are out of weapons, they'll return to base on their own, unless you issue them another order. Land them now so they're ready for the next mission.
They're RTB anyway.
Our next strike is ready to go.
Sure is.
These Thunderheads are bombers. The Thunderheads these bombers are carrying are a modified Block 2
Retake.
variant with shorter range and a bigger warhead. They're perfect for launching from craft, which don't require 14 kilometers of cruise range on the missile itself.
That's in canon. Guys, it's not a mistake. That's fucking in canon. Lieutenant Hazel just like had a hairball. She's like, oh, sorry. Don't require 40 kilometers of cruise range on the missile itself. Wait, what did she say though? Block 2 variant, shorter range and a bigger warhead. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Since we're pretty sure those targets aren't going anywhere, we'll conduct this as a standoff attack by changing the range option.
Yes. Okay.
Flight
Whenever you're ready, Commander.
I want to be able to click the interceptors and right-click here to guard things like this.
plenty for everyone.
Those things are going fast. Mom just says, yeah, I fucked up cutting Hazel's line there. Ooh, it's okay. None of us will tell anyone. None of us will tell anyone. Don't worry about it. That's in canon anyway. That's cool as fuck. Damn, that's cool. Check your Steam. What have you done, Blinky? Check your Steam. I see nothing. Also, did I fuck up? We conducted the standoff attack, Lieutenant Hazel, but I think she died from the choking. She choked on her pretzel. Unless she's gonna tell us to do more things after we RTB. We'll see. What have you done, Blinky? Blinky, I'm not receiving anything on Steam. No communication from you. We'll see once they all land. That's really cool, the difference between standoff and stand in attack there. I like that a lot. Holy shit, we're doing some nice landings. Oh, we getting crazy around here! What is this down here? There's little PDs, a little radar. He got you to tab out and break the tutorial. That's true, let's blame Blinky. They're like big manta rays. Pilots getting fancy. They are getting fancy. Oh man, if I have to restart this tutorial though, I won't know things. Maybe I can queue up another attack after they've landed, we'll see. I think I may have just fucked up on the continues. I think it's just a little finicky to sequence breaking like before. Well, so the tutorial may have broke arenas because you launched a salvo before finishing a dialogue chain. That's what I think I did too. But maybe if we launch another set of them, we can get it to work anyway.
What can
When
we do
this one
for you?
lands. I wonder if there's like cool down time or if I can just pre-flight them again
Ready.
instantly. There's 2 of the A's. I think I have to land one more.
Plenty for everyone.
Oh, that's a B.
Ready.
The B's just got shafted there. The A's must have been faster. Let's go for another flight. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Possum, yeah. Orbiter. It's the Arby? It's him! Oh, these look cool. Oh, those little pods underneath. Are those the gun pods? Or is that the gun at the
Missile
front?
count
That looks
is
like
low.
the radar. or sensors or whatever. I'm guessing those are like the gun pods on the fighters. Tiny Space Wife 23s. Yeah, 22s. Space Griffin. That is not a Space Griffin. If I saw a Space Griffin, I'd tell you. It's got little spider fangs. It's cute. What are those? Are those its intakes? I think. I like how they're just like fucking around. I like how they have the little thrusters as well. Fire says, I love how you can put missiles on top of the wings. It is space, no drag. Yeah, but in my freelancer mod, you bet I still hang them underneath as much as I can. It actually annoys my co-conspirator. It annoys Milo. I have to limit the amount of, like, space fighter jetting I do. Okay, we're up.
Ready for tasking.
Stand in. No, stand off.
Wire.
We've got one more strike to conduct, so again, let's
Nice.
start prepping it. Once the first bomber flight has landed, relaunch 3 B-86B Claymore bombers with the cluster bomb loadout.
What can we do for you?
Okay. How old is your CPU right now? I don't know, and I don't want to alt-tab to
On
find
station.
out. But why do you ask? What did she say? She wants 3 of these with cluster bombs.
Flight 2. Weapon released.
I love the noises.
Flight 2. Payload expended.
I also really appreciate that they combat chatter even without them selected, so you know what's going on. I think fighter and bomber launched anti-ship missiles are neat. Anybody else up at night thinking that's neat? I think that's neat. I like watching that.
Another strike well done.
Thank you.
Ready for tasking.
You guys are done.
Send your traffic.
What's do you have a damage control?
Plenty
As well.
for everyone.
No, you just have like one module and that's you. Oh, but you can detach the flights in flight. That's cool as fuck as well, by the way. That's really cool. Okay, meanwhile, we've got some takeoffs here, I think, or are these landings?
Ready.
These are takeoffs.
On station.
Alright. There's
Ready.
one more coming, right? Yeah, there should be one more coming up in a second. It should have got pre-flighted on the strike down station, I believe, right? So it should be coming soon. Oh no, it's being delayed because these two queued in for a landing then. You see the queue here. Doesn't say any land, so I guess it's because they already came in. But I assume lunch here. We're waiting for this one to lunch. Red. What does red mean? No spacecraft currently launching or landing, free maneuver permitted. No, you gotta get up, buddy. Why aren't you lunching? Maybe you got a little confused. Nope, there you go. Give it a bit of patience. Lunch detected, mayo spread. And you're gonna go to your squadron?
One more strike to go.
Awesome.
Our bombers are now carrying a total of 6 CBU-40 cluster bombs.
Cool.
Bombs are heavy, so they affect the maneuverability of your craft significantly. They're also slow and unguided, making them not very effective against maneuvering targets.
But I bet if you took something's engines out...
Using bombs against warships is very difficult and risky, but the payoff can be huge due to their high damage potential.
Ah.
Even one bomb hit can completely cripple a ship.
Oh, okay. So it's the big risk, big reward, big difficulty, big fucking fuck you melee punch.
The CBUs, in particular, carry a number of smaller boosted bomblets, which are excellent for targeting groups of ships in a tight cluster.
If they're boosted, what rank are they meant to be at? Gold? Platinum?
One other thing to know about bombs, of any type, is that in order to be released on the correct trajectory, your bombers will need to be flying straight and level for a few moments so the bombs aren't hurled off into the void.
Thank you, chat.
Issue an attack order against any of the target ships, and I'll let you observe the rest.
Please.
Acknowledged, wizard. Confirmed.
Okay, let's see it. I like that the fucking tower is called Wizard, apparently. Woven incantation. That's terrific. Fiber says, we're gonna tell you now, you cannot land a bomb on a target of intact PD. That makes sense. Is that because the PD shoots down the bombs or the bombers or both? Like, are we talking like CRAM here, like they're shooting down incoming ordnance? Or just like, because of the specifications of a bomb run, it's just not gonna work? Both, okay. That's interesting that it can get the bombs too. That's something I wanted to know. But maybe if you jam the PD... Lemel says they're cheap and devastating, but the downside is they suck against PD or evasive maneuvers. Yeah, that makes sense. But maybe on like a really slow-moving ship, like I imagine the bigger the ship, the less it maneuvers well. Maybe, or on like a crippled one, if you can cripple the defenses, you can knock it out with one. Fabric says no. Oh, even with jamming? Is you gonna miss a bomb deployment? I left it on to C. I assume they're gonna stop doing it to get their bomb off. I like watching these little fuckers swim through the sea. It's cool. Bunny says, so good at sneaking them in if your target is already overrun with your other stuff? Yeah, that could be cool. Firebear says, I don't think you have thought of something the testers haven't thought of. Oh, yeah? What's that? Oh, no, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That you've accounted for this. Yeah, I also didn't take your wording to mean, like, it's intentionally you can't get the bombs off of intact PD. But that makes sense for balance if they're so devastating. No, I get what you mean now when you say that, yeah.
Flight 5, weapon away!
Cool, because, yeah, we're really close here now, right?
Missiles ready for everyone.
What's our range? Like 2 kilometers. So you're, like, dropping these at, like, 2k. They're coming in. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Quite a fireworks show, isn't it?
This bomber was off target. That's cool. I see. That does quite a bit.
Keep in mind, a strike like that won't be nearly as effective against a defended or maneuvering target.
That's nice. That just
That's
looks
it for your
damaging.
introduction to carrier operations.
Cool! I like it.
Managing a carrier well takes both frenetic multitasking and serene patience, as well as foresight as to what attack should be prepared for next.
Indeed.
Don't worry if you feel overwhelmed right now. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Hazel out.
There's a bit of a subtweet, Hazel. I thought I did alright. I'm like, oh yeah, I learned all that pretty good. And she's like, yeah, don't worry that you're kind of shit at this right now. No, wait, what? There was no crew on them this time. No more D-boys. Yeah, bye, Hazel. Thank you, Hazel. That was very well tutorialized. Very good. Fire says, tutorial complete. I suggest using a starter fleet. Making one from scratch is complex. Well, let's have a look, because after that, I'm almost at the end of my stream already. But we got there. Let me take a quick look at the mech baying, just to have a little looky-see. So we saw Shelter Alliance. Okay, and so how does this work? You got the reins. How do you go between different ship types? Oops, excuse me. From blank hull from ship template. Okay, so you've got a reins. What's this? Is this smaller? Okay, these are little fast ones. They have points costs, they have mass, armor thickness, component damage resistance, base crew complement, 55 versus 50. There's actually more on this, huh? Interesting. Crew vulnerability, 60%, 60%. Structural integrity. So that's once you get past the armor. Identification difficulty, stealthiness, I guess. No, because well, maybe a different kind, because that's also radar signature, less radar signature, wake signature strength, which is, I guess, when you're moving. Flank damage probability, 15%. What does that mean? Taking damage on your flank? Missile programming channels +1, sensitivity +20. I don't know what that means yet. I want tooltips. Positional error -15. I don't know what that means yet, but I assume it's like accuracy. Okay. I got PvE with starters for now. Yeah. I don't want to do any multiplayer yet. I'm very much a guy who crawls, walks, and runs. I want to crawl first before I walk and before I run. Still, I just want to kind of like have a look over what's available, you know? But I'm not going to build a fleet right now, though. Probably have time for a little bit of PvE, and then I'll might probably be done for the day. Keystone Destroyer. Big and thick. Stepping it up. We're good at beaming, apparently. There's beam lasers. Cool. Light cruiser. Heavy cruiser. It's interesting how the economy changes so much. Like 125 versus 600 there. I want to see how many you get for a total fleet. What's your build limit? Like a... No, because point goes to be weapons too. I wonder what your build limit is. And I was gonna say there's no such thing as a battlefield ship, but there it is. 3 carriers in all matches? Okay. Alliances have escort carriers for rapid deployment of a medium-sized space plane along with fleets of various composition. Limited deck capacity for launching large sorties quickly. Their highly trained deck crews can turn around craft for launch at a remarkable rate. When operated in pairs, their capacity rivals even that of full fleet carriers. Oh, we'll get to that. We will get to that. Cool. They're also quick at doing fighters. Very, very, very interesting. Very, very, very cool. Okay. And then if I was to pick this, I assume I can see the different fighters. Maybe I could see fucking nothing. Because I don't know how to do it yet. Gotta go into the spacecraft designer at the bottom. Ah! Aha! Ah! Ha ha! Okay, so we've seen most of them. We've got the Tanto Interceptor, just one type. Yeah, we've seen all of them. We've got an Interceptor, a Skiff, a Sawak, and a Bomber. Okay. Cool. Base cost 15, base cost 75, so they're quite expensive. These are cheap as shit at 8. And expensive as 15, but they're probably like very good multi-rolls or something. Show me what we can do. You can have a gun, you can have an ELINT sensor. Allowing it to pick up enemy radar signals and triangulate fixes of any other ELINT sensors in the battle space. Cool. I have to learn what the fuck that is, but 10k range, okay. Sprinter Masquerade. A deception module which makes this craft appear to be a Sprinter Corvette to enemy sensors until visually identified. Cute. You have another gun. I think I saw before the one in the tutorial had missiles, so surely that's possible too, but I bet I probably have to, yep, make a missile. Make missiles as well. Okay. Oh, and you can set it... Oh, lovely. You can, like, set what's formed with what. Oh, now that is just lovely. I love that. That's a wonderful thing to be able to do. Love that. Racer Cowan says, I used the Masquerade once to make a friend go crazy as they kept missing a battleship. Okay, cool. Oh, there's a test range! Love that. Okay, and then show me the other guys. Okay, cute. Clipper. Draugr class Clipper. Show me the ships. Clipper class. Small and fast, designed to transport passengers between nearby stations in orbit. They can't travel far, but they can certainly get somewhere in a hurry. Okay, this is the thing I shot before. So we have different classes between them. We don't call them frigates and stuff. Because they're industrial and civilian is where they started their life. Excellent maneuverability and plenty of space to support a variety of different missions. Another person in military service. Okay. Flathead. Cargo features are small cargo ships designed to transport bulk materials from minor points to major ones. Plenty of room for large weapons. Additionally, their small surface area means to refit shipyards are able to cover the hull in thick armor plates. Frigate, destroyer. Light carrier. Command cruiser. Marauder and Moorline. Light carrier. Baby, where's the heavy carrier? Oh yeah, I see that. That's even more actually. 48 centimeters of fucking armor thickness. Moorline is the fleet carrier? Okay. Rapidly refit from seas commercial freighters and press into service during the blockade of the Crebensis Gate. This series of line ship is built from container carriers, designed to carry hundreds of boxes of cargo and racks along the outside of the hill. Yeah. These ships primarily serve as missile and utility carriers. You can put on hangars of the container racks. Okay. And this is a light carrier. Cool. So we get 2 carriers, and we get a big one, or bigger one. With a lot of missile programming channels. Okay. So we, in the asymmetric warfare, I'm saying we like I'm the OPS already. So in the asymmetric warfare, the OPS is, I don't want to say insurgency, but like they're clearly not like the brute force faction as much in terms of like what they've got access to. I don't know, because then It's asymmetric warfare, but they've got 48 centimeter thickness on this, which seems like a lot, so... Militia, yeah, is probably more what I'm trying to say, yeah. Line ships, primary fighting element of the fleet. Okay. So rather than having, like, battleship and cruiser lines, it's more like... Okay, yeah. PSOEs, OSP, on-site procurement. They do not enjoy protected engagements, that makes sense. But show me the most important thing that will decide my choice. What do their fighters look like? This will literally decide who I pick to start with, I think. Okay, that's hot. I don't mind that. That's kind of cute. It's prettier than the flatheads that the other guys get. We both get the same skiff. But we don't get a Seawax. We do not get a Seawax. We get a Scout instead. Specializes in stealthily moving to position near enemy fleets and gathering information of its unique electro-optical camera ball. If necessary, it can also carry a modest array of weapons, but won't survive long in a direct fight. Okay, so this is like actually getting close enough to eyeball it. Which I guess is, again, asymmetrically interesting in terms of how the electronic warfare works in this game. First time, Pete Zaman. Euclid says, if you want longer engagements in OSP ships, you can do things like angle monitors like a Tiger tank to deflect 450mm rounds. It sounds like I should start with the Alliance. That is a cool looking fighter though, I will give it that. Also a dedicated strike fighter. Hang on now. Oh, see, now you're going to get me all fucked up, because I don't know if the Tonto could do it all. But this thing can, like, do it all. It's like a Hornet. It can carry harpoons. It can do anti-ship missiles, bombs, and anti-craft missiles, and guns and rocket pods. Extreme flexibility. Oh, no. Combined with its dedication to the space domain, makes it eminently capable of facing down the more modern Tonto in the battle space. Oh, no, you're going to get me all fucked up. Oh, you're gonna get me all fucked up because of this one thing, aren't you? Because I have to have this thing. Oh, you're gonna make me all fucked up and play this faction. You're gonna make me do something I'm gonna regret. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Show me. Nose. How do we do this? 20mm gun, 35mm gun, nose illuminator. An illuminator pod contained in the craft's nose. Cool. So you can either you can either provide guidance for others or your own, I guess, semi-active missiles. That's neat. Level, so select a nose gun and get a hit, you make semi-active loadout. Okay. 20mm gun versus 35mm. What are we looking at? 20mm rotary nose gun, moderately effective anti-craft and anti-missile rolls, but useless against ships. 35mm, less effective against fast maneuvering targets, but able to serve double duty against ships. Okay. Install that. And then... Oh, so up here you're picking what can't be swapped between sorties. And then we click down here. Oh my god, it's DCS! No! No! Oh god, it's got fuel tanks! Oh my god! Holy shit! We're here! We made it, we're here! Oh my god! Oh my god, you can do loadouts, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna be sitting in here for an hour. Good lord. Okay, so... Oh my god. Oh, look at the comboing. Blinky says, okay, Beagle, if you're willing and able to get into this level of deep loadout hyper-nerdery, there is no reason you would enjoy mech engineers despite insisting otherwise. Yeah, I should try it at some point. It's true. It's also, though, because this game captured my giddiness from the start, though, so I'll put up with anything from it. Okay, next step, design your own AAM. Oh, yeah. True, I want to look at that before I stop. But that's fucking cool. Okay, that's fucking cool. Oh, you put illuminated pods on the wings. You put jamming pods on the wings. Okay. We got bombs all over the fucking place. Many bombs and I need to learn about what they do. How are we learning what's upstairs and downstairs here? Okay, so what is deciding this goes upstairs or downstairs? This is up and then inner is downstairs. Okay, so what is the point of going? Can I like do this independently? T for top, B for bottom. Oh, I see now, yeah. Why can I pick these independently? N for nose, B for bottom. Okay. Am I able to, like, do different things? Fuel tanks. No? Oh god, you can pick different ammo too. 30, no way, 35 mil flechette, let's go. Never mind, these are rocket pods, I think. That's either gun pods or rocket pods. Hey Archangel, how are you? There's the rocket pods. So these are gun pods? Probably with an RPM like that, yes. Slug and flechette. Oh my god, I just want to make a fleet that's nothing but these, and I know it's wrong. Perch rocket. You can create custom missiles with the refighters as well. Yeah, hang on. Let's look at that in a second. Okay, so go to the missile designer. So how does this work? Mine container. There's... Okay, so they've still got some of the same missiles I already know. Create new. Select missile body. Okay. Containers, let's go. Yes, shipping container houses, except it's shipping container graves for the enemy. They have incredible explosive potential and fuel capacity. The lack of size constraint in electronics allows for easier integration of seekers and support modules using COTS components. This is like crab bombs. You want size one for a fighter? Okay, hang on. So you want a lunge or a balestra. Fast and agile, able to maneuver in tight space. Same-day shipping. Maneuver in tight spaces and face their target only a split second after firing. Okay, Sidewinder, what's up? Their nimble maneuvering characteristics make them excellent for intercepting other missiles, or for use against lighter warships when fitted with the correct warhead. Unfortunately, due to the frame's small size, limited capacity for fueling explosive material. Okay. Wall thickness. Like the skin? Okay, and then we have lunge. Tried and true SGM-1 riposte body and adds a high-speed boost stage, allowing the missile to get out to long range quickly before switching to a more maneuverable, slower second stage. This missile is significantly longer than the basic riposte and doesn't fit into the compact VLS systems. Okay, so in trying to understand this in my only frame of reference I have, this is more our Sidewinder and this is more our AMRAAM for fighter purposes. So give me like... Oh my goodness, look at this. Wall thickness, how it is, it's PSPD, I guess, yeah. Designs and valid avionics package required. Hold on. Look at this. Oh, you get to... Oh! Oh my god. What are hybrid missiles, Gowan? You get to go between top speed, burn duration, and maneuverability in this fucking... Not Venn diagram, but you know what I mean? You get to, like, kind of pick your balance. Wowee! How long you're cruising for, how fast you get, or how maneuverable you are. Good lord. But, you know, if you're smart, you just pick all three, everyone. Shut up, Beagle. Alright. Karen says, hybrid missiles have a maneuverable first stage to line up, go around obstructions, and a second stage that's sprint, stop speed at the target. Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. Kind of like if you played Star Sector, the anti-shield sabos. A little bit, not really. Oh, triangle can move. Ah, nice. Cool. Very, very cool. So you can go from 6k here to 2k to 1.5k. Turn rate goes from 5G to 4G to 13.3G. Oh, average War Thunder player will beat that. Acceleration goes all the way to 76. Goodness. Top speed goes to 1.1 s. Top speed in. Oh, when you hit your top speed. Hit your top speed in 0.3 seconds. Speed 400 meters per second. 250, 250. Speed thruster 40 meters each time. No, up here is... Okay, yeah. Which one is thruster? Is that first stage or second stage? That's cool as fuck, hey! That's fucking cool. Course adjust? We haven't even fired it yet. We need to adjust its course yet. Oh, man! This game is ridiculously good. I have so much respect for people making a game like this. God damn. Doesn't even matter if you don't like this game. You have to respect it. Change stripe color. Excuse me? Oh, you can cosmetically color it. Next you're gonna tell me you can put like a little icon on it, like a PNG. It's too base. This is too beautiful. Maybe I will, Bunky. Maybe I will. Fire says, be careful about maneuver. If it's too low, it might fly out of the VLS and hit a rock before it hit the target at close range. On your ships, you can have custom PNGs? No way! Really? Oh my god. Just like the golden days of gaming, folks. I love that. So here's your warhead in the middle. This is the coolest shit ever. HE shape charge, or shape payload. HE frag, HE frag. So this is for penetration, yeah? HE impact. Detonate solid contact with target. Good all-around choice for targets large and small. Create a large hole in the armor, opening that area up for cannon fire, and doing catastrophic damage to internal components. We love that. Armor. I assume that's what they can penetrate down below. 27 centimeters of armor. Whew. That seems like a big number compared to 0.18. But then, okay, component damage. Okay. Blast radius. This only hits one area, I guess. Whereas this is doing like a wide area. Race Account says, cold launching a missile generally avoids the hit a rock right away issue, but the SGM-100 is generally an anti-missile, so you want good maneuverability anyways. Yeah, cool. I imagine, though, because of those characteristics, it's also going to be the premier Sidewinder choice for fighters killing other fighters with missiles, if that's how it works in this game. Blast frag is for anti-munition. Ah, okay. Right, I get what you're saying. And then we have... but I imagine fighters probably also have low armor as well, so this is going to be good for ripping them apart. I mean, you're not going to try to hit a fucking fighter with an HE, with a shaped charge. You're going to try to hit a fighter with a proximity fuse. Which... Do we set that? Hang on. EL. Oh! Explodes by proximity fuse. Hello. I was just talking about you, proximity fuse. Yeah, this is literally for fighters. Cool. Oak says, if you max out the fuel maneuver, can we make this into a movie missile? You're gonna make like a fucking missile that can't maneuver, can't turn, but it can go a really long way like a cruise missile, but it's designed for anti-air work. Who would make a missile like that? Welcome back, Phoenix Missile, to 2300s. Welcome back into service. You can change the size of the warhead to... Wait, what? Holy shit! You're fucking with me. How does this game exist? Oh, it actually makes the missile cost more or less because the warhead costs more than fuel? Oh, so we can make a missile that goes hella, but it's got a tiny little warhead. But you're basically, how much fuel do you want to stuff into this cylinder? How much can you fit in this one cylinder without getting a Reddit post made about you, basically? That's sick! I could just sit in here for ages off stream. I probably wouldn't put you guys through watching me making all this shit, or at least learning what everything is. Because, man, there is so much cool shit to just sit here and learn and think about. That's cool. And then you get your guidance. Okay. Bigger brain. Bigger guidance. No, obviously not. I want the entire missile to be a language learning model. Missile designed by current real-world corporations. This missile is entirely AI-powered. And the missile gets there, it has barely any fuel, no warhead, it's just all purple, all this bit. But when it gets there, it starts, like, giving you a really bad AI slop-like article about how to cook eggs, but none of it makes sense, and it's just been stolen from a bunch of different articles and stitched together. The SGM 5090. There's still almost slot beings. Hang on, I gotta look at this first, though. Missile hits an airliner due to stealing Reddit memes of talking about missiles hitting airliners. Let's not power our missiles by language learning models. I've changed my mind. Symbols for a missile guidance system. This avionics package guides the missile in a straight line towards the target has been acquired by the missile seeker. But what about cruise guidance? Ah, this is the everything I learned. Okay, cool. So it takes up the same space, it just costs more. Does it weigh more? No, it just costs more. A more advanced form of missile guidance that is capable of following a complex waypoint path to the target, enabling blind strikes around asteroids and more. So you could end up building, like, bombers if this is compatible. You could make, like, cruise missiles that you put on fighters and bombers and fighter bombers that you then send out in two different directions using the higher speed of fighters. And then you could have, like, tomahawks coming in from basically different sides over an asteroid and shit. That seems nasty. With how important it seemed to have, like, I mean, you could also just have a cruise missile that has that range, though, I guess, rather than sending bombers and the cruise missile will be faster. But still, it seems really cool that you can, like, do this kind of shit when positional tactics seems so important. If you have an S2 missile, you can have a seeker and a second seeker validating the first one. Really? S2 missile? Oh, size 2. That's... Oh, so you can have multiple times of guidance. Look at the component settings? Oh, fuck, I didn't even look at the component settings. I didn't even look at this. Defensive missiles can still be manually fired at targets, but they will also be managed by the point defense controller or may be fired at pressure missile threats. Offensive missiles are only manually fired against designated targets. So you only need to use defensive if it's in a PD role. Like, is there a reason to not? Oh, I guess if you don't want it to be wasted on incoming shit. So I guess if you're a micro god, you can have everything on defensive and just manually do it, but... Cool. Launch type, cold. Ignite immediately. Good for getting the missile moving quickly when fighting range of enemy point PD. Moves around the launching ship with thrusters on a structural line to the target. So on fighters, you probably want hot. Ha 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 ha! Target lost behavior! Sets what the missile will do if the target is acquired or is lost. Resume search, the missile will begin searching for a new target or missile will self-destruct. That's cute. Terminal maneuvers. Sets the evasive maneuvers. Missile perform its terminal approach to the target. Missile will fly directly towards the target and make no attempt to evade defensive fire. Weave. The missile will weave from side to side. Corkscrew spirals in. Cool. Very cool. Trajectory preference. Controls the approach angle the guidance system will try to maintain. Free approach. The missile will fly directly towards the target, wherever it is, with no consideration for the attack geometry. Minimum angle. The guidance system will try to minimize the angle between the missile's position and the line between its launching ship and the target. This usually results in a head-on approach for hostile missiles. Oh, are we talking about pursuit here? We're talking about lead pursuit. Minimum angle. The guidance system will try to minimize the angle between the missile's position and the line between its launching ship and the target. Wait, do we have lead pursuit or not? We're trying to minimize the angle. Okay, so like if you were up here and I was here and you fired a missile that's like this, the missile would try to first get into the angle, I guess? I don't know. I think I get that. It's like an intercept thing for PD. Okay. I assume when they say fly directly towards the target, everything has lead pursuit if it's intercepting something. Callan says, does the missile just go over the enemy or just to try to follow a line from your ship to the enemy? Yeah. Okay. So it'll try to get back in the way. It'll try to get down Mr. President in front of you. See, this shit is cool because I was just learning about this recently with the anti-ship cruise missile video I watched. Where, like, you have two schools of missiles where, Russian-style missiles, or, like, what do you call it? Like, you hear about the big, like, Brahmoses and stuff, hypersonics, where they're very big missiles that have a lot of fuel in them, go very fast in a straight line, essentially. And their strategy is just to be so fast you have very little time to intercept them, so if you shoot a bunch of them, less time for them to be taken out. Whereas, NATO side, instead of doing that, there are anti-ship missiles that are much smaller, much stealthier as a result, and more maneuverable, I think. So basically they come in and they try to minimize the amount of time you have to intercept them by being stealthy, by skimming the sea very low, but they're much slower. So that's their trade-off of how they work, essentially. But they're also cheaper and easier on logistics that way as well, because they're not giant fucking things. So it's interesting, you can kind of do the same thing here, I guess, of like, do you want like a big missile that goes fucking fast as shit, or do you want to try and get sneaky with like skimming asteroids and stuff and low RCSs on missiles that are assumedly cheaper and also smaller, but don't have the speed like to shoot in through the PD window as much? When do you get the front of the missile? Let's get to the front of the missile, hang on. Virus says, or what if this? Have both and launch your mixed loads. Okay, so anyway, that's really cool. And then we have this, selected. Oh, boy. Okay, I think the missile's fine. We don't need this. This is fine. We ship it. Okay, no, maybe you want this. So now this is all the stuff we just learned. There's more. Wake homing! Anti-radiation! Steerable extended active radar seeker! Oh my god! Yeah, I learned about that too, Glitch, yeah. I was choosing again both of these, or things that launch decoys in front of your missile and other goodies. Wow. Karuka Mesh. Shut up, Parka! Marshall says the Celestial Alexa supports that, however. Okay. Command receiver. Steer by command signal. Yeah. Fixed active radar seeker. Steerable active radar. What's the difference? Find targets by sending up bursts of radio waves, listening for the return. The major advantage is they are fully autonomous. Okay, cool. I wonder if fighters need to keep their noses on... I mean, if the illuminator's in the nose, they'll need to keep nose on for semi-active, right? They don't have, like, a turning illuminator. OSP exclusive one is thermal. Cool. Steerable active radar seeker is... This seeker is an upgrade. It's mounted on a swivel head. Ah! Allowing it to point in a different direction from the missile's direction to travel. This means it can widen its effective field of view by performing a conical scan. Ah! Making it more likely to find its target. So in that situation where we were doing the blind fire with the Thunderheads, well, I don't know, did the Thunderheads have active seekers? I think they must have, because they were doing that shit. Anyway, they had a clone. If you were doing that kind of thing, yeah, you could send these. These would have been the Thunderheads, yeah, and then you would have a wider field to see that thing if I illuminated wrong. Cool. Additionally, you can keep its seeker pointed at the target while performing evasive maneuvers. Sick! Or just leading the target at an extreme angle of approach. Cool. And then you have steerable extended active radar seeker. Okay, what's the extended do? Radar maneuvers mounted on the swivel head. Its secret point on the target. What's the extended do? Just more range. Cool. 5,000 range. That's nice. 5 km. Very neat. I like it. Very cool. Semi-active radar seeker. Yeah. Homes in on illumination. Anti-rad. Homes in on a radiated energy of a target. If these have, like, the internal guidance of inertial guidance of they'll keep on towards the target when the radar goes off, that's awesome. I assume it will. Virus says, I love anti-radiation. It's so good for messing with carriers. Is it? Are carriers radar heavy? Because do they have to have their radar on at all times to guide their fighters or something? Damn my people's radar and jamming. Yeah. I'm familiar with the concept of anti-rads from other war games, but I'm curious how they're implemented here, yeah. Excellent validators, allowing the missile to discriminate between a ship and a simple decoy like chaff by checking for radar emissions. Ah, and so if you get a really fancy missile like you guys were saying before, you could have anti-rad and active or one of the other types to be more, to basically build in your own IRCCM, right? To build your own, not IR, sorry, to build your own countermeasures. Is that what I'm reading here, it looks like. But then they can turn their radar off, of course. But that's so interesting. Skiffs and Seawax as Lone Wolf have omnidirectional radar and don't have an off button for them like ships do. So Aerad always gets them. People love leaving their radar on, and carriers like having rooms to help with carrier operations, and nothing for learning what type of missile it is, so they try to jam the missile that homes on jam. Wait, what? People love leaving their radar on, and carriers like having rooms to help with carrier operations. And nothing for learning what's up. Oh, I see what you're saying. As in, they haven't got intel gathering. Or they tend to not have intel gathering of their own to know what kind of missile is coming in. So they try to jam the missile that homes on jam. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Only very good players can tell missiles are attacking them. Yeah, I mean, fucking, I play War Thunder, and there's 2 types, and well, technically 3. There's 2 types, and I frequently fuck up which. Okay, very interesting. The mind games here are very interesting. The strategies here seem very interesting. And then we have wake homing, which is cool as well. This is like, what, space version of IR? Detect the hot gases emitted by the drive cones of ships, and turn in the direction of increasing strength. This leads the missile directly into the main engines of the target. Excellent for disabling mobility. Oh, true! That's another thing I hadn't even considered yet, is that in modern jet air combat terms, IR seeking and radar guided, the difference is, like, you still want to blow the fucking fighter up. But in terms of naval combat here, with hot engines, yeah, so you can use this, like the swarmers from Star Sector, to specifically go after engines. That is also really interesting. Oh, well, Lone Wolf says wake homing is like following the wakes that both make in the water. Wake thermals more similar to IR. Okay. Right, cool, yeah. So this is actually following those trails, whereas this turns the direction of increasing draft. Cool, so you're like Batman detective moding. You're sniffing out the heat. This is drive cones of ships, turn in direction of increasing strength, blah blah blah. This upgraded version of the standard wake seeker has an extra sensitive thermal camera capable of seeing the heat corona of engines from all viewing aspects, mainly capable of validating targets a normal wake seeker could not. From all aspect, but I assume the strongest from behind or sides, just like you would imagine. So again, I guess you could have a 2-stage here where you have radar missiles that then have a thermal seeker as well. That then, if you're not doing 2 types of decoy at once, if they just if it's more resistant to radar jamming, right? More resistant to E-warfare. You need to have like thermal decoys. Cool. Look at the cost bigs. Yeah, this thing costs a lot. 4 points. Whew. I hope that this is good enough for killing just fighters. God damn. That's so cool, man. I could just spend like a day on each of these builders, it feels like. That's so cool. Fire says, I like having anti-rad primary and wakes validating it. Yeah. That's awesome. So a lot of your fleet, if you're missile heavy, could also just be fucking missile cost. Oh man, awesome. And you get to build, so we haven't even looked at really the ship editor here. You've got your modules with better, different, backup steering, DC lockers, and complexes. All-in-one damage control solution. Whoa! You get unique asymmetric things between the factions. A workshop that fabricates temporary parts and shoring to increase damage control team working speed. A plant control center. The place of all fuck-arounds on space station servers. Deck gear, spacecraft repair. Oh, it takes time to repair them. Of course it does. Cool. Jury-rigged reactor, magazines, gun plotting center. What are they plotting? What do they know that I don't? Oh, that's cool. So you can get like big buffs to your missile speed and your gun accuracy. This is such a cool game. Also, I like how this one's called Serum and then this one has a full name. This is the Harvard Z Shiroma. Yeah, sure, man. Okay, I just wanted to see, like, how do I just add, some presets then? Oh, add to the fleet. Okay. Show me the riposte, right? How do I just see this? How do I load it? Load template. Okay, so this is the riposte. And then... Wait. Okay. Gotta make it more purple. Okay, and then you would have Wait, so command... Can command guidance even work on fighters then? What is actually... No, because that would fuck with maneuvering. That's like... Tow. That would not work on a fighter, I feel like, or it would fuck up their maneuvering. So you would want to give them... Oh, it's also like way more costly. I guess because it's less prone to being jammed. These seekers are extremely difficult to defeat through soft kill methods. They could not be decoyed, requiring the command signal itself to be jammed or launch destroyed. Okay, but you've got to be close enough. So, okay, they're like closer range, but more reliable. Level says, yes, but fighters can only control one command missile at once, and you need a skiff or sea right nearby to acquire the actual radar track. Oh, because you need a radar track, true. Haha, that's funny, Virus. Okay. So you would want, like... I mean, if we're making a Sidewinder just for shits and giggles, right? Then you would want, like... a wake homing seeker that homes in on fighter engine trails, I guess, or you would just want... I mean, really what you want, no. What you want... We're not playing DCS here, Beagle. What you want is the cheapest radar seeker. But ideally not semi-active. So you want, like, a fixed active radar seeker to make basically an AMRAM. And then we want to go down to this. Okay. And then I wonder how much of this damage you need. Component 56. Does that change? How do I see? Down here, damaged. It's down here. Okay, so if I was not streaming and I really wanted to make a real missile right now, I would go and look up. I would go and look up what the armor thickness of my target is, right? Like the Talon Interceptors or whatever. There's a 2-stage for AMRAM. This is so cool. Racer Cowan says, note that many of these seekers in the payload fuel in these tiny missiles is sub-point cost. You can sometimes upgrade for free because it doesn't tick over the point cost threshold. Oh, so decimals don't count. Oh, I see. Interesting. So if I was to pick this, it would be 3 cost. Wait, no, not that one. Oh, I love a mech bay, and what I love more than the mech bay is a mech bay where you can get... Ooh, where you can just do some tricks. It's just like knowing the tricks to pay the right amount of taxes, you know? It's like knowing the tricks to pay the right amount for your missiles. Okay. So that means if I didn't do other half-point stuff, I could get a steerable active radar seeker for free. Ooh. Sexy, sexy. Need to change shot from cruise as well. Cruise. It's on direct. Okay. And then, yeah, so yeah, I would go and look at, like, okay, like, what is the thickness I need to defeat? What is the HP of the fighter I want to defeat? And then I guess you can make multi-roll missiles that could do some damage against bigger shit as well. No, not if you're using proxy fuse, but yeah. That's so interesting. Yeah, I probably will, Fondubi. Very cool. Very fucking cool. Alright, and then you would make that. Virus says the more missiles you have in your fighters, the more time it takes to get in the void. That's also cool that you can, like, basically cut down on the armaments of your fighters, not just for cost, but also for reaction time. Like, really so far, due to the tutorial, all I've really got to experience is ships and then craft and craft on ships. But I want to see craft on craft. That sounds interesting. Virus says it's worth it to have a light cap loadout and a heavy cap loadout. Yeah, that sounds cool. Wolf says if a hit doesn't break the target missile across wall thickness, it does half damage against ships. If you don't break armor, then you deal no internal damage, but you share the spot you hit. Okay. Be careful of anti-fighter missile warhead since blast frag only does percentages of damage in its explosive radius. Ah, like Long War. Okay. Okay, so how would I would update? No. Wait, yes. Update the original template file for the missile SGM-169 Dickbricker. Yes. Dickbricker added to fleet. This missile corresponds directly to a save template. You can use it in every fleet by saving it as a template. Fire boss. Oh, did I just get rid of the riposte? I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. Revert. No. I thought that's what I wasn't doing. Oh, I renamed the riposte to the Dickbricker. I see what I did. No! No! Riposte, come back! No! Well, Wolf says it's fine. You can do verify game files to see if you get it back. I could probably also just ask someone to, like, screenshot a default riposte. Okay, so what would I have wanted to do there? Here's what I would have wanted to do. I would have wanted to duplicate. Okay. Okay, and it's added to fleet, huh? Didn't they miss it away? Yeah, fuck it. I mean, I think the Alliance had them too, so I can also just go take a screenshot of how the Alliance's one does and rebuild it for OPS. Cool. Okay. Submunition, cool. That is, like, really fucking awesome and all. Oh, this is the Alliance. Wait, what? I thought it was an OPS. I am an OPS. This is just the old thing, I guess. Bless you! Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to just do some PvE with the starter fleets before I end, because I've already gone a bit late because this game is so cool. I don't want to go too much later because I'll be here all day. But I just want to do some, like, quick fuckery.